And we don't have any camera. Hang on. Now we got camera. Okay. Welcome back in, everybody. We finished up our previous Age of Wonders game pretty quickly in, I believe, 3 sessions. And I think I am going to start another one, just kind of 1-2 here. I'm a little more warmed up, I'd like to claim, than we were on the last one. And I just want to show off some more of the new DLC. So we are in the Archon Prophecy DLC. And this time around, we're going to be going down a little bit more of the order side of things and hopefully getting a couple more of those new tomes. Who needs a camera? Babel needs a camera, apparently. So, yeah, we'll see how long my voice holds out. I went long on Wandering Sword this morning, trying to push and get that completed before I go back to work next week. My confidence is being shaken, so we're going to be pushing on that pretty hard. Obviously, once I'm back at work, I won't be having the AM streams, so things will shift around a little bit. That'll be finished, and we'll be starting up new things, and so more exciting things to come. Okay, for this one, I have played through this race before, and I actually finished a game the other day, so I kind of know that this vaguely should work. We'll see if I choke or not. What's the easiest way to show this? I think if I go create faction...
starts here.
Yeah. We can show it through here. So we are going to play as Kha Meh, and these are obviously simians, monkey people, and we're going to start off with the Oathsworn culture, and specifically the righteous branch of that. For our first tome, we're going to go Tome of Enchantment. What this is going to do is we have kind of a nice little mix here of different affinities, so we're going to be able to unlock a lot of different things. We are definitely devoted to good, so our cities are going to gain extra gold, and our empire gets extra Imperium per level of good alignment. We start with plus 10 good alignment, and we gain an extra 2 experience per turn while we're at maximum good alignment. This one, I played through it last time with this. I really hemmed and hawed. It's very nice for Oathsworn, and specifically, well, any of them really, but specifically for us to start off with our alignment, because we get devotee points for it, and by going with 2 good alignment traits, that's going to allow us to start off already having the first level unlocked, which is a nice little damage boost and some other little stat boosts that we're going to get. Keepers of Knowledge is an interesting one. Not beyond just giving us the good points, it gives us a point of shadow, which otherwise we wouldn't really see any shadow in the build until later on, and this will just allow us to get that really juicy. Every time you defeat a hero, you get 150 knowledge, and in the early game, that's like a tome almost. So that or not a tome, but a spell being finished. So that's kind of a nice little early game bump if we can get any of that. Allegiance with free cities to whom we have assigned a Whispering Stone. We get 10. Excuse me. We get 10 allegiance every time we finish a research. So that's going to kind of play into the extra shadow affinity and getting that extra research. When we get a tome unlocked, we get 100 relationship with all empires. And we gain 10 knowledge income for every empire we have open borders with. So we're going to be good. Good tends to like to try to vassalize lots of people. I'll probably try to get some early Whisper Stones unlocked, and we'll really focus in on try to be friendly with a lot of the free cities and at least getting open borders with them, which will give us the knowledge. And then as we get more knowledge unlocks, then we get extra allegiance, which kind of just feeds into itself here. Hey, J-Rob says, hey all, been loving Age of Wonders this weekend. Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. This kind of been my relaxation game. And I honestly feel like they do a really nice job on not only their DLCs, but they also do really good free updates. Somebody was asking if it's worth it to buy the DLCs, and I would say yes, but if you're just new to the game, just get the base game and play through it a little bit. And if you like it, let's say you want to play a dragon, we'll get dragons. If you want to play a giant, get the giants. They go on sale often enough that while I do find the individual prices a little high, I think they A, go on sale often enough, and then B, you can get the season pass, which, you know, I have feelings about those myself, but this is one of the companies that I do feel relatively comfortable with doing that, and that definitely helps the price out a little bit. Beyond that, Kha Meh here is using the new class from the DLC, the, what are they, Battle Saint? Yeah, Battle Saint. Kind of an interesting little class. We're going to be sword and board is at least our starting point for that. And this worked out pretty well. He is a lawbringer, so we're really going to be looking out to clear infestations with him to get his renown leveled up. All right, that's what I have to say about him, at least for now. Let's go ahead and get a new game.
Choose your destination.
Are we just going to use what we had? Yeah, I think I will use this one. So this is one I've just been using. So a land dominated with a realm divided by an ocean. So we'll have like two sides and then there'll be an ocean between them, just to be different than last time we did coast. I am going to make the crystal dwelling spawn. Well, maybe we won't for this one. Maybe we'll save that for next time when we play something that's a little more involved with that. And I think I'm going to get rid of low pop too. So we are just literally going to be... Now I'm second guessing it. You know what? No, I've changed my mind. Managed democracy and all that. We're going to go Pangea, and I am going to make it a little easier just because I already know I'm going to go order. I do want to put... Where is that? I want to fight undead. That'll make us a little bit more powerful, but that's okay. Where are you? Where? I'm gonna find the right spot in the traits here. Not the Abyss, not that, not Wondrous Past. Free states, no. Mega cities, motivate peace, no. Alright, hang on. Where are you? Here we are. Scorch Realm, no. Unknown, here we are. Wildlands, no. I want undead. Undead. Demonic, dragons, frostling. Rampant undeath. So this is just going to make undead units be more common, just because we decided that we're going to be good celestial monkeys, and because there's so many undead. Deal. I'm doing it. We are going to only allow generated rulers, so I just like to have the randomness of that, and I want everything is rare except for champions and wizard king. So I don't know why, but even with rare, I tend to almost always get a whole bunch of dragons, eldritch, and giants, when I would prefer more of the mortal type people, but we'll just see what we get. And otherwise, I'm going to leave everything else on. I don't think I want anything else. No, we're not doing ascension traits or anything. Confirm. Don't save.
Your journey starts.
We'll play custom, and we are going to play as Kha Meh. Here, with the white ones, inspired a little bit by the monkey nations. We'll select our faction. The updates have been nice. I hope Dark gets an update too. They did. I need to go read the official announcement because I'm repeating hearsay, which is not something I like to do, but I believe it, that they did say there's going to be a season 3. So I assume the cultures who haven't got updates will probably be getting some. We have Industrious, High, Dark. Dark probably is the one that needs it the most. Will we have Flying Monkeys? We'll wait to spoil it for everyone. Waste on Earth, but yes, we will end up with Flying Monkeys. Okay, so we are at Kha Meh. A little reference there. A new ruler emerges. Explore your surroundings, expand your domain, prepare to face rivals, and master the realm. We started with Tome of Enchantment, and there's a specific reason why beyond the affinity to it. Otherwise, I would have started with an Order Tome, but getting to a Materium is just really nice in the early game. Yeah, and Copper Golems don't really do much for us. If we look, I can't even click on Imperium yet. When I can pull up the Imperium, the early Materium stuff is really good. Like, not the best stuff, but it's just really good, solid picks. Research, and here's the thing. So this used to have a percentage chance, and it was still okay. Now, Sundering Blades inflicts sundered defense. Full stop. No percentages. No resisting, you get hit, you get sundered. That is absolutely amazing for physical builds. Like, this really has helped physical builds, in my opinion, actually do something where they were really struggling for some time to compete with the elemental buffs. Now, the elemental buffs are probably still better, but this felt okay. It gives us Demolisher, so we're able to destroy objects, and effects are increased for single shot attacks. This actually kind of matters for us because we're going to use a lot of abilities that are single shot attack. And what that'll do is it should just proc 2 Sundered Defense for a single hit. So still pretty good. Awakened Tools is a pretty good spell, and it works well for us because we are already adherent. So our saves are going to start with an extra 10 save stability. So even if I threw on Awakening Tools, we would just be back to where you normally would start. So that's a nice little early game boost to production. Here, because we picked double good alignment, we started as adherent with our devotion level, and that's going to give us just from jump not only this 10 save stability, but 3 spirit damage. That's really good. Normally, when you get an enchant, it gives you +2 damage, and it usually gives you -1 physical damage. So no penalty here, and we just straight up do 3 more damage with our attacks. And I don't know if it says it here. Yeah, effects are increased for single shot attacks. Usually, that means you double it. So if we have a single attack ability, we're going to hit them for 6 extra damage instead of just the 3. Again, just going to play in really nice for what we would like to do. I am going to take Sundering Blades. I do feel that that is really worthwhile. We have, how did we do? I don't love this starting army. We have double Vow Keepers, we have a Sworn Guard, and we have a Fighter. So not my favorite here. I would have preferred actually more Fighters than a second Vow Keeper, but this is okay. It'll be all right. We have a melee hero, so he'll be able to fight. For starting fights, we have a Mage and a Troll. We have a Troll and a Mage. A Troll and 2 Elementals. Okay, interesting. We're also near Cold, which we don't love. I don't think that's horrendously bad, but we don't love that either. Okay, building-wise, I do like to generally start with workshops. Gonna give us the production so we can get more buildings. Some draft is fine. Training Hall is our unique building line. So this is going to be, I believe, instead of the marketplace. So it's going to give us a little less gold, but it also gives us some draft. Yeah, we're going to start workshop, which means we will want to build a farm as our first expansion, ideally. And I will go ahead and, do we have a cage here? Can I tell? Large creature cage. Okay, let's see what this is before I commit to what I'm going to build for a unit. And I don't even think I want my scout here to try to take some of my experience. I think we're going to be just fine with my unit. Let's... Where are we on the map? Okay, top right-ish. So ideally we would clear out the back first. We'll see if that actually materializes or not. I'm just going to run down the road with my scout. Okay, 4. That's not the easiest fight, but not the hardest fight either. Let's go ahead and take this and see what we get. We will, of course, manual combat to get us started. J-Rob says, cuts through armor like butter. Yeah, it fits for the Oathsworn too. There's a very, like, Eastern Samurai-esque. And our special tier 3 unit, because we are the righteous version, is like a heavily armored katana-wielding samurai. So it'll fit right in. All right, now this is going to be a little bit weird because we have double support units as starter, but that's fine. What I'd love to get in the early game is one of our tier 3 units. In my first, when I played these guys just off stream, I got really lucky with a tier 3 relatively early, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. All right, so you are going to run up and burp on us. Almost guaranteed. So I want to make sure we try not to stand in an easy cone for him to do that. So you and you come over here. And then you head up there. Yeah, let's... He'll probably run here and burp, but that's okay. We'll survive. Let's go ahead and... We'll preemptively do a Vow of Purification on them. It clears a debuff and it gives them some stats protection for a few turns. And our leader here does have command, so we can target a non-friendly unit and they regain their action points. So we can make someone go twice, essentially. Getting a high tier or good unit to use that on early is our big power spike. So we're really hoping for something decent. Gonna burp? I sure knew you would. All right, and status protection did help. We did not get burp. Okay, so on the fighter units, I really like fighter units. They're kind of rare, I feel, on civilizations, but these ones specifically are really good. You have your basic attack, whatever, but we also get this defensive strike. Strike a target and enter defense mode, and it does 30 damage. That is ridiculous. We only do 14 damage on our variable attack. So that's gonna do, I mean, more than 2 hits worth of damage. And remember, it's a single strike. So we're gonna get all those bonuses from single strike bonuses. So we're actually gonna run up here on the caster, and we're gonna do that. And this is gonna absolutely just hack a chunk of them off. Yeah, 32 damage, enjoy. All right, here, I could move up and attack twice, or we could use them. He's a large target and they get bonus damage, so that's probably the route to take. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll take an attack here, I believe, and we have a heal, so it'll be fine if we have a casualty. These guys have inherent Sunder defense, so they're already going to start stacking that. You can go ahead and give them a heal. And you... we can actually move up. Yeah, let's go ahead and move up to here. And we can still use command. And we'll just give them their action points back. And they're probably going to wipe him out here. He's already got some Sunder defense on him. Yeah, goodbye. And we got one more. Hop on up here, and we'll just do the damage. Yeah, not a bad first go. Now, ideally, they would attack the people with temp HP. They probably will not. Well, they didn't even do anything. All right. Hero, finish him off. Kha Meh's got it. The sword and shield. I picked just the basic sword and shield because it makes you start with a helmet. And that one extra defense in the early game is kind of nice on heroes. Inferno Hound. All right, that's a fighter unit. I don't love that. That's not great for our army, but it's usable. It's usable. Now we got plenty of movement. Go ahead and go here. This is the same fight. I will take the same fight. And we'll do it again. Well, hey, this is already better than last stream where I think we did like 1 fight in 3 turns. So that'll be a good start. J-Rob, have you, by the way, you mentioned it. Have you been playing over the weekend? And if so, what have you been trying out for builds? Or anyone else? I'm curious. I find building the nations the most fun part of this. It kind of makes me wish we had something in Dawn where you could like point by a nation or something. I know there's the randomator, but not quite the same thing. Alright, face that way. No, 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 no! Okay, I do that sometimes. I had him selected when I clicked, but obviously I did not. Alright, that's still fine. Go ahead and just protect him. And because I have 2, I'm gonna have this guy just go ahead and blow his heal right off the bat. Nice heal. Does take 3 actions though, so you can't move and do it. And my fighter monkeys. Not spider monkeys, fighter monkeys. Although maybe they'll be flying spider monkeys later. You haven't played anything in weeks except for Wordle? Oh, my friend, you gotta get a little gaming in if you can. I'm really looking forward to, since seeing you, Slice, I'm really looking forward to Menace, which is the next game coming from the Battle Brothers devs. I'm really hoping it's good. I'm really hoping. We're not that far out, because doesn't it release in September? Like, into early access, I think. Another thing I should say, our starting spell is actually pretty decent. Friendly units in a 1 hex for 1 turn gain first strike, so like polearms normally get to hit first, an extra retaliation attack, and defensive masters. Always enters defensive mode at the end of their turn, so really nice for being able to run up and hit something and still be in defense. All right, he's gonna want to run up and burp. I don't even think I'm gonna move forward. I think I'm just gonna chill again. Yeah. Come at me. The mages will probably run up and hit me, but that's okay. I don't want him to be able to get off a huge, like, 2 or 3 person hit burp if I can help it. Okay, awkward. I want these guys to get on him like last time. I'm kind of stuck the way we are. I'm going to run over here. And I'm going to do that defensive hit. This is so good. Being able to A, hit hard after a good move, and then enter defensive stance at the end of it is just... look at that. 7 defense already. My hero has 3, just to put that into perspective. And that's just a tier 1 fighting unit. Okay, you guys are going to move up and attack. Now, we kind of lucked out that this was our first fight. He's so easy for our setup. And I think I'm just going to take the XP. I didn't get time to look it up. Do you get more experience as the person getting the killing blow? I try to generally give my heroes the kills. I'm not sure if I need to actually do that. Okay. Yeah, you going up here. You did a campaign map with your favorite high cat race. Currently messing around with the underground industrial race on a Tinder King map. Nice. Okay, I am gonna just take the kill here. You don't think you get more XP? Okay, so it's just you get the XP for the whole army and it's shared out. So if I wanted to increase it, I should decrease the number of units I'm having join the fights. And we basically are gonna totally dominate this. Yep, 50-50. Can we win a 50-50? We can. XP is divided on all units. Okay, good to know. So I don't need to try to finagle it that way. All right, now I could take a third fight. We're honestly in really good shape. We'll take a bit of damage, but that's fine. We have leveled. Let's put our point in. Honestly, I really like Decisive Command. This does not take up my turn to be able to give somebody else another turn. I'm just going to do that. It's like the equivalent of having 1 extra unit in the early game. All right, so you run to here. Can you reach if I just go to there? Or will you not get pulled into that? You will. Oh, I can even get my full healing. I mean, there's something to be said about a tier 3, I suppose. Okay, no fight. Age of Wonders 3 worked the other way. Okay, maybe that's why I've got the mix-up in my head. I know, like, the big people who play this game, they generally like to do it where you have, like, multiple heroes in the same group, like 2 heroes and 2 units or something, or smaller groups. I'm obviously not that good. All right, you just zip right on over here. Okay, nobody can reach you. Spin. Okay, fighter monkeys. See what I mean about that? That is really annoying to me. All right, you. Defensive mode. Fighter monkeys. Can't get where I want them, really. I kind of want to try to bait with these units. So I'm going to stick them out front. You guys spin. Done. I probably should just get into the habit of putting defensive mode instead of trying to click the next unit. Spend. And you. We'll just heal them. Should have done that the other way around. All right, a lot of defensive stuff up and running. I don't think they're going to even reach me this turn. Been waiting for a release date for EU5. You don't know much about Owlcat? Owlcat's all right, I will say. They tend to release buggy games, but then they fix them pretty well. They've been doing Rogue Trader was their last really big one, and people seem to really enjoy that. And it did follow their pattern of kind of a buggy release, but then fixed up pretty nice. They also did... Was it Wrath of the Righteous? Pathfinder or D&D or whatever it was? So if I don't know anything about the Expanse game, but if it's supposed to be like a tactical RPG, that is their element. Okay, I think I'm gonna receive here, so I'm gonna let them come up on us. Are you a burpee boy? You're a cleaver boy. I don't love cleaver boys. All right, maybe I'm not gonna move up. Let's go ahead and we'll status resist you. And we'll status resist you. So hopefully he won't get the big bleed on anybody. And you can go one more forward. Yeah. And I don't even need to use our special ability here. Okay. Being a little passive here, but I feel like we have the advantage on making them come up to us and run out all those APs. And we did resist it, so that's exactly what I was hoping for. It's under defense, cool. Oh, you didn't get to do anything. Okay. Yeah, I will take that. Okay, I would like to get rid of you, and we could almost just straight up one-shot you. You have a heal and you don't. All right, take your pot shot. Good. Finish him off. I wanted to do it on him because we've already got temp HP. So getting hit more doesn't particularly matter. All right, and then you... All right, you guys come on up. Attack that. Okay, and then you guys... All right, this would, I mean, a tiny bit of damage, or we could chunk them for like a third. I will choose the chunk, and I enter in defensive mode. So, excellent. All right, and then you guys, go ahead and give them a heal. Okay, I guess the double supporter isn't that bad, actually. And let's go ahead and give you more AP. Let's just finish one off. Might lower the morale of everyone. All right, and because that doesn't cost me anything, I still have my action, so we'll just zip up there and do some more. Should be able to kill one more model, I believe. Yeah. What a great turn. 3 fights on the first turn. Everything's coming up Kha Meh. And everyone but the dogs are in my own territory for the heal. So, yay. And we're not flawed, so we don't have the ridiculous healing debuff. So we've got that going for us, too. Okay, I think the dog gets to stay, at least for the time being. If that's the case, then I think I'm going to get an extra scalp. Otherwise, I would have built an honor blade if we didn't have that extra unit. Unfortunately, we didn't get any food, and nor did we get any supplies, weirdly. All right, you... Yeah, we're gonna have to go around this one way or the other. Oh, we did get some draft, I see. All right, let's follow the road. Roads usually lead to free cities. So good to find that early. Ooh, we got a Shrine of Myria. That's a big gold. A little unfortunate, though. We didn't find our free city. So they must be this way? All right, I will take another. I like to get lots of scouts early. Just the free stuff, and just knowledge is power. As you guys, I'm sure, are aware. Devotion changed. All right, this was because we started with the good. We get 10C stability. So that's another nice one. I mean, we start with stable. Stable does... I believe we get a little bit. Yeah, 5% bonus. I mean, that's not much in the early game, but that's a couple extra expansions before we are unhappy. So, yeah, that's totally fine. Anything else? I don't think so. I can't open this yet to talk about it. So, yeah, let's take a turn. What? Babel turn 2? It's only been 31 minutes. Map healing is very key. I hate it when it gets penalized. Yeah, we did that last time. I took the flaw, J-Rob. It was... interesting. Let's go with that word. I don't think I would generically take that. I only took it because I wanted to combo it with that undead healing ritual we had, which was pretty potent. It was a little painful before we had that up and running, though. And I mean, you do need Whiteborn to really turn that on, so it's not like you're exactly zipping into that first thing in the game. Okay, this is smelling like maybe a second city location. It doesn't have to be too far away, and we at least have some sheep. Not much else, though. And a bronze. We can clear a bronze relatively early. Okay. Food for thought. All right, doggy boy, hop in the group. We are good enough. We have double healers, so we don't need to really sit around. The question is, where do we go? I think we take this fight and we can trigger it via this scout. Otherwise, we're not getting a fight this turn. You really do not have great terrain. I cannot lie about that. And this is probably, yeah, this is only 2 out, so this is too close. We would want to found something a little further. Or do we just turn around and we go up here? We could start clearing this out and we could drop an outpost, prepping ourselves for, like, we did the outpost like here maybe. Prepping ourselves for the night, and then we have some resources. Oh, here's a magic material. And it is a good one. I'm really torn. We're not going to be able to clear the Shrine of Myria anytime soon, whereas we might be able to do that bronze one. Can I get a fight if we go that way? Definitely not. Cage would give me another unit. We're not hurting, though. It's going to be hard to replace a tier 3, frankly. Early city, though. You know my feelings about early infrastructure. I like that a lot. So here next turn, fight. Probably have to use the scout to get another fight, and then we can found on the next turn. It's probably okay. All right. I think I'm going to go that route. I know you go. Yeah, I was going to say Slice knows what's coming. I was going to say probably the greedy move, but you know, don't tempt me with a good time. You don't have anybody guarding? Oh, because you're just terrain. I thought you were a pickup. Okay, Brigand Camp. This is something that we would like to clear relatively early. I do not want a repeat of last time. Getting just absolutely gobsmacked by a bajillion of those. Okay, nothing else to do here. Nothing to do there. All right, now I probably... I just want to see how far I can get. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to found... Yeah, well, actually, if we can get to this hex, we can do it. So I'm going to need him to trigger this fight. Is what that means. Okay, that's fine. All right, you still have not found my free city, which is a little worrisome. Crusader host, okay. All right, we can take the fight. Remind me what you were. 4 units, Inferno puppies. Okay, that's not going to be too bad. We have a higher tier 1. It'll have some fire resist from them, so we should try to let him and the Sworn Guard polearms take the hits. Hey, TW2 Brick, thank you for becoming a builder. Much appreciated for the support, friend. If you would like to, don't forget you can link your Discord to YouTube, and you can get into that file channel. I got some Dominion Island maps, I've got the House of Legacy blueprints, and I've got the Turn 0 Shadow Empire saves. And more to come whenever we play something I can share files from. Thank you very much for the support. Oh, also, don't forget you get a free monthly super chat when you have a membership, and I don't believe they stack up, so make sure you use them. Okay, dogs incoming, that's fine. All right, we'll do hero out front with polearm and dog support. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, you guys just go here and aim. Super chats do not stack. Slice can confirm. All right. Defend. All right, you come up here to give them the defense. Now they may try to ignite me, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll put our status. Now you may not want to do that preemptively because it would cleanse and give status resistance. I'm willing to just do it. I'm okay. I got 2 of these people, so. And I think, no, I don't think a single dog, even 2 dogs attacking this can do that much. So I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. We'll just move into position here and defend. And I can't cast because we're on round 1, so. I was gonna say I would put our buff spell up just for the extra retaliation, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, with the fire resist, that's not too bad. I'm definitely gonna want that heal here. Okay, and you don't actually proc burning on the little guys, so I guess I didn't need the status resist. Yeah, that's about how I thought that would go down. I was hoping they'd attack the polearms, but that's okay. Okay, I don't need to heal until he's going to attack because nobody else is taking casualties. You would just straight up kill that. Yeah, do it. A 70-year-old retired bricklayer says hello from Florida. Really enjoying the Age of Wonders 4 content? Thanks. Well, no problem, man. Welcome in. I appreciate the support. When I was a kid, I have some family, or had, I suppose at this point, family down in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina area. So I got to go down there when I was a kid and quite enjoyed it, actually. I have distinct memories of Okefenokee Swamp and almost getting my hand eaten by an alligator because I was skipping my hand in the water while we were on a tour because I didn't know any better. So fond memories, but I still have 2 hands, so I think I know the end of that story. Okay, I think we can take this dog out too, because we can use these guys to run up here, and if I do their one-off attack, we can get a flank. So if we zip to here, yeah, flanked. I love this attack so much. This is such a, that really makes this unit, frankly. Oh, and I didn't really talk about this. So the racial traits that I took, we took, is it tough that gives the extra HP? And then I took bulwark, which in defensive mode, we get an extra 2 defense and resistance. That is why that plays in so well with that one single hit that they can do. And then we're going to take paladins once we get to that one. And they also have something similar. So just a really nice ability. Poke you. Okay, now I probably want to drop a heal here. You could finish him off. You're not going to be able to finish anything off. Okay, I think we're going to... Okay, let's do the heal here. I gotta make sure I get the dogs in this. Because I think... Yeah, if you attack that... Having the extra fire resist kind of makes them the better choice there. And then we're going to give them an extra attack, because I can. Alright, you finish those off. And I think I'd rather just do more damage than finish them. As they lose models, they do less damage, so... I like that mechanic a lot in games. It's kind of dumb to me when it's like, there were 20 guys, now there's 1 of them, but they're just as strong as they were before. So, a mechanic I definitely appreciate here. Well, Slice, we'll just have to start a whole council. You both can be on it. Retirement, what's that? Yeah. I have no actual hopes of that one, let me tell you. Who knows? Maybe suddenly everyone will decide that strategy games are super awesome and everyone will watch my channel and I'll make enough off of YouTube that I could go full time. How amazing would that be? I've really enjoyed my summer. I won't lie. It has been one of the best summers I've had recently. Just hanging out with you guys, making content, playing different games. And it's a very sustainable schedule for me. 2 4 to 5 hour streams a day. I could do that for the rest of my life. Really could. That's why I work so hard on the channel. Keep it growing. Hey, David. How's it going? Liking the new stuff? I assume you're talking Age of Wonders. Yeah, me too. It's actually running better too. I used to have a lot of problems with, I'd alt-tab and the game would crash. I've only had like one of those since the new patch. So I very much appreciate that, because I am a alt-tabber when I'm playing by myself quite a lot. Fallen from grace. Still captive, a graceful figure stands before you. It wears humble clothes and no shoes, yet there's something divine in it. It says, "May the Archons bless you, my savior. Once I was among the divine, but now I'm nothing more than a penitent. I wander these lands seeking atonement through service to the righteous. Please allow me to redeem my faults. Tell me, what penance must I endure? What tasks will the penitent endure in your service? I will host you in Mount of the Oath. Spread your good deeds there." We would gain some extra stability, which actually would give us some percentage bonuses, and we would gain some alignment. We are very, very incentivized to take alignment, so we are definitely taking that. I don't even know where I can show that. We're devotees of good, so we get big bonuses for going up in that, including we're getting like 10. I don't think it's showing it here, but I'm pretty sure we're getting 10. Where can I show that? Yeah, here. And we have strong too. I didn't mention that earlier. So we're strong, hardy, and have bulwark. The extra melee and physical damage ties in with the sundering blades, and the single shot thing, same thing. Devotees of good, we get the 10 gold from cities and 5 Imperium per level of good. So right now we are good, so we're level 1. So we're getting 5 extra Imperium and we're getting 10 extra gold. So as you guys saw in my last stream, gold important for Babel. Turns out I'm all about that greed life. And the alignment ties into devotion for this faction, so it's very, very important that we get devotion up. So we are already an adherent because we started at 20. We want to get to 70 really badly, and that will give us 20 state stability, and that will also up our nobility to 4 damage. I love the synergies you can make in this game so much. Okay, now next turn, I really, really, really want to get to here. Can you just make sure there's no hidden resources I don't know about? Yeah, I want to found a city right here. We'll have double sheep. We'll have the tranquility pool. Whatever else is around is whatever else is around. We'll have the bronze. We might be able to do the bronze, frankly. We might be able to do the bronze. Are you going to need to trigger a fight for me? I think you will. And I want to trigger this fight next turn, so I'm not going to wander off. We'll stay right here in the area. Yeah, if I move to like here, we can trigger the fight and then we can found the thing, my bobber. Okay, we leveled up a second time. Now, one thing would be nice, getting Paladin, which is what we're going to go. So this is the new Battle Saint. You can go Paladin or you can go Cleric. Cleric is a little more on the supporty side. Paladin's a little more on the selfish support. We can get something like Warrior's Fervor. We gain stacks of Fervor by landing attacks to start with. Over here we get Fervor at the end of our turn. If we take Warrior's Fervor, caster loses all stacks of Fervor and gains +1 strengthened per stack of Fervor and 5 HP per stack of Fervor. Getting the extra strengthened, that every stack is 10% damage. That adds up. And as we go down here further, there's more and more things we can do. We'll get one, yeah, dispels negative effects per stack. So it's like a full cleanse and a buff when we do that. You also could go Saint's Fervor. We lose all stacks and we can give other people temporary stacks. I actually kind of like making the tanky hero, so we're gonna go that route. Do we get that now, though, is the question. The extra 10 HP per turn is really nice, and I could actually use that currently. I think we will probably just take the regen. As J-Rob mentioned, being able to heal on the move in the early game is really important. I think I will just nab that. We're going to take a lot of the army buffing skills at the beginning here. Okay, we are getting another scout. I'm gonna send him off this way. Our city must be up here. It has to be. I don't know how we have not found that. I even took off the lowered, because last round we played with lower number of minor settlements, but this time I didn't have that on, so we should have seen them by now. Okay, Starlight Chamber. I mean, that's cool and all, but where's my settlement? Quit monkeying around. Where are you guys? Are you? Oh, here they are. Here they are. All right. Here's a Whispering Stone, friend. Again, remember that we took the Keepers of Knowledge, so we get sight based on giving them our Whisper Stone, and just in time too, because they're when we get spell stuff, it gives them allegiance. So we will work on that. Okay, now that we know where they are, I'm in a lot less frantic search mode. No freebies around here, though, unfortunately. Let's backtrack this way a little bit. All right, so we are probably looking at another town. Oh, here's a special area. So probably another town up in this area for our next one. So we'll try to plop this one, and then we'll zoom back over here and try to plop this one. All right, you're ready to move. You have moved. Okay, we met with the minor race. Interesting, they took the tattoos. We celebrate your arrival, Kha Meh, or Kha Khan. Your earnest posture informs me that you, like us, are guided by righteousness. Let us renew our oaths in each other's presence. May it offer a strong foundation for both of our houses. What business do you have in Armorn? How may we help you? Yep, so there they are. Yep, we're working on the alliance. Nothing much to say about that. All right, you... Oh no, we're not. We're just gonna barely be out of range? We can just barely be in range. All right, is that gonna be close enough? It is. Okay, so we're gonna have flyers and what are you? You're a support. Skirmishers. Gargoyles are... No, those aren't gargoyles. Those are bone werewolves. So our polearm unit's gonna be really good against those. Plus we have the tier 3 dog. I think we're gonna be just fine. That's a little harder of a fight than what we've been doing. Oh, there you go. Now, unfortunately, I would have preferred to let them go for the 20 alignment. That would have been really nice, but we don't have the mana. We don't have the mana, so we'll just have to take them out, I suppose. I would have much preferred 20. Much would have preferred the 20 there. It comes eventually, hang in there. Yeah. Rex doggy? It is a Rex doggy. If I ever get a fire hound, I will definitely name him Rex. Okay, I would kind of like you to fight my polearm guy. Let's see if we can bait them into doing that. But we'll go ahead and come up here. We'll spin that way and protect. Now, I gotta be a little bit careful here. I don't want them to be able to surround these guys. We'll go there. If they want to take on the leader, sure. Move up here. Protect. All right, can you fly behind? No. I need to remember these are skirmishers, so they will shoot at me, but that's fine. They don't have an AoE or anything. And I don't think I'm going to preemptively do status protection or anything. We'll just cleanse it if they hit us. All right, what do you got? What are you going to do? Who's getting shot? Okay, it's fine. TM. Doubly fine. Okay. Now I want to get you guys connected with them very badly. And either way, I'm only going to have one action point left, so we may as well go this way. You guys run up. Yeah, you guys run up first. And the reason is we're going to use their defensive strike to proc the retaliation attack. because now we're in defense mode. So as good as it could get. And they did get poisoned, so we may want to clear that. All right, you guys run up on this side and attack. Okay, then we're gonna run up here. All right, he can already kill them, but I don't want his turn to end, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give them their action points back. I love this ability, by the way. This is a dink unit. Wait till we have like a good tier 3 unit to be casting that on. It's ridiculous. Yeah, goodbye. All right, and then you guys... Yeah, just hose him. When I played before, I did not get this unit. I swear I had 2 fighters. I don't remember having a polearm unit, or if I did, I definitely didn't have 2 supporters, so... I don't know which of our abilities gave us the random chance to get what we get, but yeah, this is fine. This is working out okay. Having the utility of a good polearm unit early is kind of nice. All right, we're gonna room you up here, and then we're gonna cleanse off that poison. Yeah, none of that now, eh? And then we still have the doggos, and they can't reach anybody actually, so we'll just run them. We'll try to block him a little bit. And you guys don't have to do anything. In turn. All right, what are you gonna do? Run away and take a pike hit, or are you gonna stay and fight and take a pike hit? Went to defense mode. Probably about as good as he could have hoped for, in all honesty. We also have spirit damage on our supporters for killing undead. As I mentioned when we started, I did kind of give myself that. I know we're good against undead, and we picked a world setting that has undead, so... You know, take that as you will, but I'm taking it. Okay, we don't have this. This does have a cooldown, so you can't spam it every turn, much to my chagrin. I really think we'll just kill you with the hero. I have temp HP already if we don't kill him in one hit, but we do. So you guys can run up and base him. These guys also have a spirit weakness. Resisted my Sunder defense. What is that? Okay, good hit and burning. Cool. The dogs have actually worked out better than I thought. I was pretty disappointed with those, but actually, if they were the little dudes, they probably wouldn't be worth it. But having the big ones, yeah, we have paid a lot in mana upkeep, but I think that's been worth it. A tier 3 fighter unit's nothing to sneeze at in the early game, even if they are gonna kind of wear out on us at some point. All right, nobody has a debuff. You have some poison, but you can't do anything, so flap him. You don't need to do anything in turn. All right, I assume you just die. Yep. All right. Everything's coming up, Kha Meh. All right, and we managed to get to the square I wanted to get to, so we can build an outpost. Oh, we never did go in here. So one of the things I like about what we've done here is 3 order, 2 material, 1 shadow. So the 1 shadow gets us started here. Yeah, it's going to take us a while, but we don't have any extra Imperium anyways. We will get knowledge extraction. So good just to have that and know I'm going to get it. The order stuff early on is kind of meh. Later on, it gets better. It's a lot of like allegiance stuff and whatnot. But the Materium stuff, outposts cost less. City structures cost less. Mines give you mana. Roan City and cities that share a border get 10% of all income. Like, those are all really, really good. This is kind of the first meh one, but still, I mean, the first 4 are excellent. Okay, you still have plenty of movement left. What was on this pool again? That is probably not quite doable yet. Although maybe a pestilence crocodile should be a large creature, I think. Are you large technically? I don't know where that shows. Yeah, large target. So we can hit him with our pole arms. You're a crafty looking little bugger, aren't you? Okay, we can finally get a province, and I do want a farm And this is literally all this can have, so we'll go ahead and do that. I think we get started on some more troops. One thing I learned last time, I was too slow to get our second hero. We really want that second hero much earlier, so I should probably just start getting an army ready for them. So we will start in on this because it's going to be slow. We discovered Spirit Falls. When the crown weighed heavily upon my mother, she would turn to the sanctuary of the falls. She said the cascades drowned out all chaos. In my search for her, I too visited this place of peace. I waded in the stream, I let the torrent wash over me, and in its relentless rhythm, I rediscovered clarity and strength. Provinces adjacent to the landmark, so if we founded a city over here, we would get quite a bit of them. Get stability, farmer foresters give extra food. A city within 3 provinces gets lesser tide spirits and tide spirit. And friendly units heal extra in the domain. Perfectly fine. And you've moved all your move. Let's go. Try to get some astral at some point. Yes, we will end up getting some astral when we get to precog. I think is our first astral. I think that's astral. Shadow astral. Or is that order astral? I don't remember off the top of my head. Astral does seem to be the best. Okay, 3 Werevens is an easy fight for our army. I think we'll just go ahead and take that. Very doable. Yeah, these fights are very doable. All right, we'll try to clear out things around where our city is going to be while we're up here. And then I want to zoom to the south and try to clear that area for the 3rd city. We've learned many lessons last stream. Being slow at the start is very painful. Okay, I think we're basically gonna do the same thing. They can spit, so we just need to be aware of that. All right, so we'll move here, move here. I turn so that they can't get back hits on me. Don't think we need any of you guys to do anything. And you just pull back so you don't get hit. Sometimes I like to have scout units help, but I don't honestly think they're particularly useful here. I think we basically got this. Oh, a miss. You should have got closer. A graze and a resist. And a resist. Beautiful. What is your... You got extra status resist or something? No, not particularly. All right. Deal. All right, we're going to do the same thing we did last time if I can. Yeah, a little awkward. All right, run to here and do your defensive hit. And again, I'm doing that because I want to trigger the reaction onto the unit in defense. So these guys can come up and they're just going to finish that off with no reaction hit to me. All right, and again, in this case, I'm going to give our extra action to them because they're just the unit that's countering what we're fighting. And we'll just walk forward and we probably can finish that guy off. I don't want to attack yet though. Let me do this. I guess it doesn't matter because we're not going to get casualties here, so I guess that's kind of a moot one in this case. Well, I guess we could crit though. We did just fine with debuffs last time, but we were like all in on debuffs. Generically, I do agree with you. That's why I like this Sunder buff so much. The fact that it's not a percentage chance, just you are sundered, makes that go from pretty meh to actually good. All right, now we could either kill you or depoison. It's better to just remove the unit. As single entity models, they get their full damage, so removing full units is important on them. And now there's only 1 left after 1 turn. And even our good boys are not even gonna get a chance to do much. Now ideally, he would attack the pikes. I doubt he will do that. Did I speak too soon? Or are you running away? You attacked the pikes. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move. All right, we're gonna be just fine. The extra damage does kind of suck, but it's fine. Okay, let's start. I think we're just gonna hose him with our spirit damage so we don't take retaliation. And since whoever kills it doesn't matter, not taking damage is more important. So easy clean. Isn't it also, Mateus, it's based on the rank difference between units? So like a rank 1 unit will have trouble hitting like a rank 4 unit with a SAS resist. Isn't that what makes those Umbral Mistresses kind of good? Or am I mixing up a mechanic there? Deadly Frostbringer. Okay, well, Battle Saint could use that. Not really our thing, though. Take the rewards. Alright, I'm not sure if we get the healing when this pops up next turn, but just in case we do, let's pop our foot in here. That doesn't really change much for us. Alright, let's go see if we can get this wizard tower. Coast, okay, good. I was worried we'd have someone behind us. Oh, we should have done this before the fight. Wouldn't change anything. Okay, the exploration ones are fine, or we could get Devout Radiance. This is actually a pretty good attack spell. It starts off a little weak. Enemies within a 1 hex radius sustain 10 spirit damage, but the damage changes based on devotion level. So, I believe it is 10 per rank, so I think we would do 20 damage right now. I don't love that. I think I would rather... Well, we don't have a lot of income either, though. No, that doesn't have any upkeep associated. I'll just get it unlocked. Yeah, we can't even afford to do our Sundering Blades yet. Alright. Ooh, Frozen Urwilder. Look at that. That's not spooky at all. I don't particularly have, like, I can't think of the phobia name. When you're scared of the ocean / deep water. But I also don't like the idea of being so deep that it's dark. Like, if I could see what's in the water, like you could see the mantas or the sharks or whatever's around, doesn't really bother me particularly. Not that I want to go swimming with sharks. But when you can't see what's down there with you, that's what would creep me out. Dragon Lair. Okay, well, there's our gold infestation to clear. All right, you... We're looking for a city location over here. What is this? Why do you have all those pikes, stakes everywhere? All right, and you're done. Mount of the Oath can annex a new province. Okay, so what are we gonna build next? Training Hall probably would be a good pick. It gives gold and a little bit of draft. That we already have that boosted though from the farm. This would need more population. We could get started on that, but I think I'll wait. Stonemason or Storehouse is probably my next pick. I think we'll take the Stonemason, so I would need another farm. We'll go ahead and grab that one. And we may as well just queue it up because I know that's what I'm going to build. Leveled up again. 10 extra hit points and some extra status resistance. Yeah, we're going to do a pretty hard fight here. 10 extra HP might be the difference for a unit surviving. Spell's ready to cast. Well, it sure ain't, bub. Sure ain't. You've discovered the Frozen Urwilder. To gaze upon the vast frozen eyes is to stand on the edge of eternity itself. Even sealed in frost, they pierce me. Through flesh, soul, the very fabric of the cosmos. We who claim mastery over the arcane know nothing compared to this colossus of Urwilderness. What are we to such ageless, forgotten seer? Gain extra knowledge. Research posts give even more knowledge. The Behemoth's Dreadful Presence is a combat enchantment. Every turn, every unit has a 90% chance of suffering remorse. And a city within 3 provinces gains 10 vision range and 20 sensing range. This is a little close for a city, but I mean, maybe later we could clear the dragon and put a city up here. Maybe. Okay, you're healing. Go. recommended you get 3 stages festival. Yep, we're working on number 2 right here, and I think number 3 is going to go down here. So I think we're going to clear maybe a little bit before we leave. Maybe we'll try this. I would sure like these bonuses. That 20 mana right now would be really helpful. It is a bronze. Bronze I generally consider very doable in the early game. Maybe we heal 1 turn before we attempt that. All right, we'll grab this. Okay, we're gonna need to clear you too. You are very clearable at the moment. All right, I'm gonna send you this way. Whatever gets you there the fastest. Can we take night's rest? I guess we could poke it and see what's inside. If I don't do it now, it's gonna be a while. Because like I said, we're gonna run over here and try to get our next setup. I do need to found the city, so I can't get sailing to go do this. The material would be really good, but that's a hard fight. That's a very doable fight. We could level up a little bit more and then do this. And just count on our second hero coming down here to found that. We have 5 turns-ish until I have enough Imperium to start the next city. I hate pirate spawn. Dude, last game, how many times did those pirates attack me? It was ridiculous. It really seems like there's way too much anti-player bias on these. I feel like they should attack the nearest city, not me. That was really ridiculous. It was very noticeable last game. They were literally just like beelining me. Oh, I'm really tempted here. We have double healers. All right, let's peek at it. Let's peek at it. What are you? If we click explore, you explore the Knight's Rest of Virtuous Trees. A tall knight clad in silver armor waits for you. The Silver Knight draws his sword. Visitors in the Silver Realm. Okay, we did this one last time. The Astral Keeper turns to your troops snarling. It appears my master wishes you dead. Okay, this is a different unit though. Last time it was like a hero. You and me until death. We did this last time. That's not going to help us particularly. High risk. Okay, I don't think I'm willing to take that. That's 300 difference. I don't think I can swing that. Unfortunately, that's very unfortunate. If we were within like 150, 200, I probably could try it. If we get wiped right now, that would be a major setback. So I'm going to chicken out on that one. All right, go look. You're already spawning units. Great. All right, you need to get cleaned out. Not a lot of special resources up here. That is unfortunate. All right, head towards that. Okay, we're working on getting that set up. We have built that. We're ready for another one. Okay, what's the next thing we want to build? Probably Oathsworn. Library would also be high on my list, and for that I would need a forester. I would like to grab this, although it looks like you may be getting that. That's actually kind of unfortunate, because I really need to be able to get at least 1 research. We could grab the iron ore with a mine. That'd be some money and some production. Let's do that. That'll speed up what we're building. Okay, new things unlocked, but we are not going to be able to afford those for a while. New signature skill. Okay. Here, Still as Stone. I like Still as Stone, but it always seems to not come up as much as I would like. Very sad. Initiative Order. Zealous would be nice. Shield of Faith is kind of whatever. Order Affinities, not particularly needed because we are going to take an Order Tome. Shadow doesn't do anything for me. This... The extra material doesn't really do much for me either. Steel as Stone isn't terrible. If I hold still and do all 3 attacks, that does give me 2 extra defense and 2 extra resistance. The Purging Strike's kind of whatever, frankly. Zealous. I believe we're going to get Zealous. We're going to get Zealous when we do unit enchantments. So that's kind of whatever. The resistance is good. I don't really care about the Shield of Faith. We're not really going to do big plays there. Go for the Affinity if you go Book of Zeal. We're definitely going to go Book of Zeal. And when leader of the army, non-hero units gain an extra defense. That's actually a nice bonus right now. Whereas I feel like the other one's a little later. While leader of the army all in... Okay, we actually only get our bonus damage from our faction by not flanking, weirdly enough. Because we're too honorable. So getting flanking damage is not the best for us. If you're not going to go for a Shadow Tome. We will get a Shadow Tome, but it's going to be... I believe it's precog. Good luck. Are you in here? No, maybe you're not. Prophecies. Yeah, that's Astral. I don't need the extra Shadow particularly, though. We're going to get the low-hanging fruit that I'm likely to actually use. All right, we're going to take the long play here. I think I am going to go Order. Man, that is a hard decision. I really like the idea of that +1 defense, but the +1 resistance isn't terrible either. I'm going to go that. Still as Stone, I do find some use in that. I don't think I'm going to grab it yet, but that is useful. When leading an army, all non-hero units gain extra damage, and then we can get extra crit, or we could go defense. We already took something defensive. Let's up our offense a little, or let's get this. Let's go for unlocking that. I believe the Fervor Stacks give us status resistance, so that already has some use. I don't want to change to you. We have no other good items at the moment, weirdly enough. All right, yeah, I really wish we could have cleared that, but that's fine. Good news, excellent. Once we have open borders with these guys... Do we have that already? Magic materials can... Yeah, once we have open borders, then we get extra research from them. All Seeing is giving us 15, so we'll get more once we have the open borders. All right, that's turn. That was a lot of thinking. After days diplomatic negotiations, Oathwarden Rambuta Sword Sweep announces that their city wants to celebrate a Gaudir they are in awe of, Anon. They wish to commemorate the day Anon became a Gaudir and intended to make an annual event. It was my idea, Rambuta Sword Sweep declares. My people's morale has never been better. May we be blessed by the light. Okay, we could sponsor them for some allegiance. We could say he's a fool and gain a... No, we would lose a little bit of Imperium, but gain some allegiance. We could teach him and lose a little bit of knowledge, but it doesn't really change much. And gain some allegiance. I'll spend the Imperium on this. That wasn't the best event. All right. I think I've seen what I need to know up here, and I don't want to chance them waking up and hitting me, so let's just get out of there. I think you're ready just to go on auto. All right, you are heading for this tower. Give me some extra sight, please. You are going to scout more around our town. Okay, we are not going to be able to do that fight. Would like to clear this while I'm up here. I think we're going to do that fight for the XP first, and then we'll do the harder fight. Or maybe we'll see which one we can reach. I get the extra healing if I stop right there. Okay, unit done. All right, you can camp out. That was a fighter unit. Go ahead and give me a sworn guard. I do think I want the Oathsworn next. That will boost when we have 5 population. We definitely will have 5 population by the time that'll unlock tier 2, so we can get support units and whatnot. Honor Blade's fine. Turn done. I need some mana income really badly. I want to get that Sundering Blades up, but we ain't doing that with 5 mana. Now, Radiance is done. Okay, Purging Arrows, we're unlikely to actually have much to do with archers, so that's kind of a waste. This could allow my dogs to get fighter unit. Again, that's upkeep, though. I think we're going to go Awakened Tools. Can't really afford it, but that we will get that enchanted on everything at some point when we can afford it. Okay, nobody up here. That's good, actually. I don't want somebody crunching in on me. I want to get at least this 3rd city up lickety-split. All right, some free mana. Thank you. 48. Oh, I will take it. And another... Oh, Haunted Graveyard. And I can't reach the fight I want to do. I think the other hero is going to have to take care of the other area. I'm 3 turns out from being able to afford to upgrade it, so I probably couldn't even get there if I ran now. Can we do this fight? Has that tier 3 unit, but then again, I have a tier 3 unit also. We have a good counter here. We have double heals. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. You're nothing. We know we can do you. Yeah, we can do this. Manual. It's gonna be a hard fight. It's gonna be a hard fight. Okay, we have Tranquility Pool. Dispels all stats effects on all units. Okay, we're not really inflicting anything, so that doesn't really hurt us, whereas they're going to do a couple things, so that is into our favor. All right, you can fly all the way to there. I don't want to crowd myself out, so I think we'll do this. I am more than happy if they want to land over here and let me womp on them. Yep. Spitting, no surprise. Now they're probably going to end up blocking for him, so I'm not going to be able to get on the Werevin. Yeah. Okay, the Croc is the most dangerous unit they have. Okay, we could... Yeah, we're right here. Okay, so it deals 15 damage. I was a little bit off. If we cast this... I mean, it's a good start, but it's not going to kill anybody yet. We could do an extra retaliation and defensive masters. I think I will. He can run up and defensive strike, so it's probably better that I hit these guys. Let's do it. All right, so you defensive strike him. You're going to engage him. Oh, good. You can reach over there. Okay. Yeah, we got lots of room. So you're going to go there. Yeah. Does the order matter here? Probably not. All right, run up here and blap him with a defensive strike. That beautiful defensive mode. All right, run up here. All right, we're gonna have to take one nasty hit. You can take it. I believe in you. Okay, did get decaying. I'm not a huge fan of that. Okay, you are gonna go here, and you are gonna go there. Okay, still can hit things. Right, give him the action points. Can you just kill it? No. We have Defensive Master from our buff, so I don't need to defend. So I may as well get a little damage in. Let's see which one's worthwhile to do. Yeah, defensive mode, beautiful. That's not going to change anything over here. Let's go ahead and just hit him. Okay, and big damage here. God, that's so good. Being able to give back a unit back. And this is just such a weak unit. Once we get a better unit to be using that on, it's only going to get better. All right, can you... Yes is the answer. And I do want to give him some HP. Make sure we don't lose a unit. And then you run up. And let's go ahead and clear. Well, do we want to clear or do we want to hit something? We could kill the croc. Let's just kill the croc. That is far more valuable. Far more valuable than taking off just a little bit of dot damage. Good. Wereman's the nastiest thing they have left. A support unit's not too worrisome. I feel like we're set up pretty well. We did like the skeletons on fire too. Although, we're going to have that cleansing thing going off all the time, so the debuffs, like I said earlier, are kind of whatever. I don't love that. Oh, you guys... Oh, you're attacking him. I was going to say, are you running away? Okay, interesting. I mean, this is not unexpected. Annoying, but not unexpected. I would really like you to be on him, which means you just take the attack of opportunity. Probably. You guys just kill. Okay, go for the kill. Yeah, those dogs, man, are doing some work. They did not get the kill, though. And this is gonna probably cleanse before the fire would kill him. So our hero is gonna have to finish that off. And you don't have defensive strike, so yeah, just do it. The spirit damage gives us a little bit of an advantage in these fights. Undead are weak to spirit normally. Okay, and you're just gonna take a hit to allow the pikes in on him. I think that's just how it is. It's a flanking hit too. All right, we can clear his status effect, so we could do that, or we could blap him. I think we blap him because spirit damage is just so effective. All right, and then you guys move over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, these have done so much work. This has been the VIP, really, of this campaign so far. I never would have guessed that the lowly little pikemen would be so valuable. Yep, get out of here. And that's everybody unless we want to cast, and I don't think I do. So in turn. All right, what are you gonna do with support unit? Other than have bad morale. Hit my doggos from the flank. All right. And you grazed me and got whacked for way more. All right, start with clearing these out. Yep. Man, I really enjoy fighter units. I know they're not like the most powerful things, but man, I just enjoy them. All right, doggos. We get more attacks if I go here. But then my hero could not get up there. Okay, so if we're already going to burn off our attacks, then let's go to the back spot. And we did get the burning, not that that's going to change much. Come up here. 50-50. Whiff. That's XCOM, baby. Okay, very happy with how this fight went. I was a little concerned. I knew we'd win, but, you know, it's always how much damage do you take in the process. We wish to win. Yeah, we're not going to catch them. Cool. Very nice. This is working well. really just that extra attack on the pike has been so vital in these fights. We're just killing something outright at the beginning of the battle, and it really swings it in our favor. Wand of Mass Healing. Yeah, I will take that. I will take that. I think I really want to clear this out before it gets more spawns, so we probably will head in that direction. I think at this point I'm just committed to, we're gonna invest in a hero as soon as we get a hero slot, and they'll have to come deal with this. All right, everything's queued, so that's good. One turn here, that's fine. Level up our Pact of Loyalty. Love to see it. Meeting neutral Excalius. You are creepy as. All right, where are you? Okay, down there, that's fine. I would love another Whisper Stone. Are we close to any Whisper Stones? We'll get the Order one first. Okay. Yeah, we want to make lots of vassals. Lots of vassals. They're our friends. Okay, like I said, I think we are going to try to clear that out. That's a nice, easy one for us to do, and that is our ambition. And we don't even need to go into our territory for the extra healing, so we'll just stay on the road for the extra movement. All right, new city, who dis? Definitely a workshop to get us started. You're looking to build a farm. Okay, one turn. Everything else is already paid for and queued up. Yeah, search around. We're looking for a city site somewhere around Spirit Falls. Maybe right in here because we can get a Bronze Wonder. Okay, you do kind of want to know what's behind all this. Oh, I love these Bone Werevin fights. These are so good for me. We're not going to make a unit here. We don't have a hero to put in charge. Right here. Do we nab this off of them? They have a separate one, and if I don't get this, I'm not going to have a way to get a research. I don't have a special province improvement yet that is a research, and if I don't have research, I can't build the academy, I believe. So this is just really important that I take it. I'm going to take the hit, even if that does piss them off, possibly. I just have to have that for our city. Unfortunate. Okay, we could get outpost cost less gold. We don't have to have that right now. I could get water moving. That may need to happen so that we can clear out the stupid pirates before we leave this area. We may clear this and then sail to clear that. I have learned lessons about ignoring these. The trauma of that last time was very painful, but I don't need to click it yet. So until I need it, I don't need it. So. All right, and we're just gonna zoom down the road. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that graveyard booty. Okay, big cliffs here. Okay, so you are definitely within range of these two, so I can integrate that with one of these two cities if I want to. So this is probably the area that's gonna look to get settled, somewhere right in here. All right, and you, I think you've done enough up here. So there's a tower. Give me that. Where is everybody? We have not met a single ruler, and I feel like we've scouted a good chunk. Yeah, like I've got the top quarter to myself. Interesting. All right, we did a Oathsworn guard. Okay, I don't want another low tier unit, so I'm not gonna recruit another unit. We could get another scout. We could also just save a little bit of gold. We should be getting the next hero pretty soon. 50 gold. I think we just wait. Although another scout over here would be valuable. We're clearing pretty well. I'm going to invest. Base upkeep per unit is 2. That means I would have 10 upkeep, which I can't even afford yet. So I'm not going to get that. That's asking for bad things to happen. We need to get... actually, are we not getting that income? Because he's standing on it? I bet you that's the case. We won't get that until he's happier. Huh? That's a little annoying, but it is what it is. You're building 2 turns until you can expand. Go. Area around them tend to be good size, yeah. Okay, why is everyone like undead? This is, I guess I did pick Undead Realm. I guess that makes sense. I don't understand, Warrior Sage Kha Meh, he says. I thought I was just doing everything right. I hang those who sowed dissent, banish those who spoke ill of me, and yet my citizens grow more and more angry these days. They're at my gates as we speak, shouting about my tyranny. But you, my Warrior Sage, everyone respects you. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to afford that anytime soon. Sure. We'll be nice to you, Undead Monkey. We can fix him. Alright, awakened tools, cool. Again, these are really nice, but can I afford it? Not really. I think we'll just get that because we'll want it sooner or later. Dark Layer. Okay. Kind of an interesting little map area. Okay, you're over here. Are we not going to be able to make it? Kha Meh, if I have you run ahead, can you make it? You can. The sooner we get this, the better, before it spawns more garbage. Do it. Manual. Okay, so 2 support units and an archer. Shouldn't be a particularly bad problem for us. Okay, zip up here, zip up there, support. Hopefully they'll charge me. We're definitely gonna have to advance though. No shield units or anything we can put out front, so we just go with what we got. Get on in there, get on in there. Support there. You probably do more damage. Right, you can actually get in. Yeah, do it. If nothing else, he'll have to take an attack to back up. And then you go base this guy. We run here, and we can give him another action. That's so good. That is so good. And then go ahead and attack. Every little bit counts. Oh, the crit though. The crit. Yeah, I think they have this under control. Yeah, that's what you get for haunting my graveyard. We don't need that. Oh, necromancers. I should have expected that. Not that that would have really changed anything for me. Run up here. 50-50. Okay, good hit, and finish him up. Get out of here. You're so last game's build. Yeah, this Sundered Resist can actually be resisted, or Sundered Defense, because it's only a 60%. Yeah, that's why I want to get that enchantment up and running. We're just too poor. Alright, we already moved, so we may as well use the defensive for the big hit. Bonk. God, I love that attack so much. I really like that they made that change a couple patches ago, where bonus damage applies double to single target attacks. That really helped balance out a lot of abilities that otherwise basically were worthless, because I would much rather use my other thing and get way more bonuses than the single attack that had some weird effect. Spark Collar Cleaver. A primary, it's a charge weapon. It's not really what we're doing. Okay. Another pirate? Oh, it's probably pirates. What is up with this? Very sadly, I think we're gonna have to take sailing. I do not want to have people stand around here and defend this constantly. Yeah. Silver Tongue Fruit acquired. That's probably from our vassal person. Whispering Stones grant an extra 1 allegiance. Cool. Ruler leveled up. Warrior's Fervor is a nice safe pick. It helps us out a lot if we're in a tough spot. Getting some XP would be nice. Getting some extra damage would be nice. Let's grab that just so we have an ability other than granting attack to our people. And I don't really like this on him, but I'll put it on him for now. Just because we're not using it, we may as well. Ah, here's our hero. Okay. Death Knight, not really for us. Spellblade could be a maybe. Another Battle Saint from the Undead Monkeys. That's a little weird. He's a Prospector Governor. What kind of governor would I want if I got my pick? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. We don't have anything that stands out. We have a mine. We have some sheep. We do have a mana crystal. Okay, doesn't really matter. So that's not a huge thought. So class is more important to me at the moment. I probably want my own race though, because I want them to be able to get the enchantments. So we're looking for white ones. That's our monkey race. White one, Death Knight, Spellblade. He looks very happy. Okay, I'm not interested in the Metropolitan Jackanapes. Okay, another Spellblade, a Ritualist, or another Battle Saint. Scholar Governors are good. An Elitist, I mean, that's fine. They're also kind of cheap. Don't have to have Battle Saints. Ritualist would allow us to have a little more casting and do some animal stuff. Nautical's kind of whatever. I think I'd prefer that. I don't really love the double Battle Saint, but that's fine. All right, we'll take you. The price is right. No governor, you now have a governor. Okay, yep, proceeding up that. Excellent. Ah, new potential business partners. Fantastic to make your acquaintance, Kha Meh. I know that if we cooperate, Fold can be of great help to things, or destroy them. All right, yep. I see you. I'll work on you as soon as I can. Okay, new hero. Your #1 goal right now is to go find and found an outpost. And I think it's gonna have to be like over here. I think that's just, we're kind of committed to that. So mana crystal and a mine. You're kind of close to that, but that's okay. We could drop it right here. Got lots of room to expand up this way. Oh, there's another material. Okay, maybe. Fortunately, that's on the mine that we would get. I mean, we don't have to have a mine. We just need one for a mint. I'm very interested in the magic materials, and we're not probably... Wait, are you both called Fold? No, okay, you're a different city. I could try to integrate Fold to grab that. I feel like we're better here. I feel like I want to get the things around this. This is a nice bonus. That's kind of close, though. We could just drop it here and be kind of near both. We can definitely stretch. This isn't that far. It's 3 out. What was your thing? City within 3 provinces gains tide spirits. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Get it from right here. I think this is where we're gonna go. We're gonna drop here. If I need to stretch up and grab that, I can. We could integrate them to get it. Either way would work. Okay, so I want the place south of the tower. All right, all you need to do is the place south of the tower. All right, your turn is done. End turn. All right, I think we are going to go after those pirates over here before we leave. I think I'm just committed to wiping these out. I'm doubly wanting to do that because he gets renowned for clearing infestations. Right now we're at 1 extra food. 2 would be pop needs less food. Yeah, these are kind of whatever. Pragmatic leader is pretty good though. Full-blooded and less unit upkeep. All right, so hop in his group. I am going to get sailing. We're not even going to be able to get in the water this turn. We'll work towards it. Okay. Yes, go where I told you to go. It's very nice that we haven't had anybody like be right on my borders like last time. I think I'm ready to put you on auto. I think you might also be ready for auto. No, we're getting another guy to come this way, so I won't auto you yet. We also haven't gone underground either, which there could be someone underneath our feet. Okay, first province should be food. I think we'll actually take that. That opens up the docks. Already moved. Done. Okay. Can I get into the water this turn? Yes. All right, you're down here. Stupid pirates. So I'm still mad at you from last campaign. All right, you're also pretty dang doable. I just need some more units. I don't want to get more tier 1s at the moment, so I am waiting to start now. Give me a Battle Keeper to start. Well, yeah, that's fine. And then we're gonna need money. We're still neutral because we have that bonus. Let's get our money building up. Now that we're getting more cities, we're gonna have money problems, as we saw last time. Okay, new. All right, I think I'm ready to auto you. All right, yep, you built that, you built them. Okay, what are we going to connect? I think we're going to do another mine because money is going to be an issue here. So let's get... actually, hang on. What are we building next? We do a Hall of Devotion. Does require a mine. That's interesting. Tavern would be nice. Wizard Tower would be nice. I don't have my library up yet. That's kind of becoming scary. But I'm going to get the money. That's... yeah, we just need to afford. Got to have money to make money. The cruelty of the world. Okay, we met somebody. It's a dragon. They don't love us, but they don't hate us. A new contender for the power of the realm appears before me. Tell me, warrior sage Kha Meh, are you a master or a pawn? All right, so you are a dragon lord. You're a deceptive spy. We are not going to be friends in the long run. But for now, here's a gift. I'll play nice. Goodbye. Okay, I'm guessing... okay, there's some units. Yeah, he's this direction. That's fine. He's not going to be able to rush into where I'm going to plant here in just a second. You've already moved. Go. Let's just get closer so I can see where you're at. Okay, 3 units. That is very killable. Get rid of the stupid pirates. I don't even think that's worth our time. Let's see if it autos well. I'll fight it if I need to. I'll definitely fight that. Oh, what the heck? We should not have taken half of our hero's HP. Would he just run in and solo it? Guessing everyone just shoots him or something? I mean, we literally can make base contact. How the heck could we have taken that much damage? Yeah, okay. Zip up. Okay, you can make it. Oh, you are in so much trouble. Yeah, you go there. You go there. Support those two. Support him. You can help block for that. You defend. You're just a fighter unit. Attack that. Eat up his retaliation attack that way. Alright, then you are gonna give him another action. I would have preferred our fighter for this, but this just happens to be the unit that could reach what I wanted to attack. I hope this isn't another Phoenix incident where I'm like, oh, I can obviously do better. Spoilers, he did not do better. Yeah, enjoy the casualties. Yeah, there's no reason not to. Yeah, how the heck did everyone focus fire our hero in that battle? Like, I'm struggling to see how we could have done as bad as that said we did. I guess we get AoE. It's not that bad. And actually, if you have to have damage taken, it's better to have lots of units take very little damage. This is the way we heal, so that's fine. All right, you can move up here and we could do 36 damage, or we could do 40 damage. Well, geez, I guess I'll do 40 damage. All right, and you... Okay, you fire at that. You throw a heal on them. Go finish him off. Okay, I can't imagine I do worse than the AI did there. I feel like we kind of got hoodwinked in that other one. All right, run up and hit. Hey, what a coincidence! I was playing Age of Wonders Planetfall when I stumbled on the stream. Well, there you go. Age of Wonders Planetfall. I played a small amount. Like I beat several campaigns, but I don't know. It just didn't quite click for me. I did like a lot of the stuff they were doing there, though. The unit equipment stuff was really cool on those cyborg zombie people or whatever they were. All right, let's go for the flank attack and finish him. Well, would you look at that? Yeah, I have no idea, Otto, what you were telling me. Like I said, we play a lot of the same games. Yeah. Well, like I said last time, you just have good taste. A deathly mace. That might actually be an upgrade. Did we actually get a usable item? Okay, so we are running just a tier 1 sword that does 14 damage. We could switch to a deadly mace, which does 16 damage, some of which is fire. Because we're not running Sundering yet, that probably is better. Once we have Sundering, the other one's probably better, but we don't have it yet, so there we go. All right, 1 pirate nest down, 1 to go. We are definitely taking them both out. All right, you head to where we're going to plop the city. You just make sure we have that explored. Pledge of Righteousness done. Okay, next tome, we are taking Zeal. I don't even really need to think about this. If you were going to think about this, Tone of Discipline actually can be kind of nice. You don't really need the monks. They kind of are whatever. But the Inner Mastery for the extra healing received and status resist is nice. The Monastery is a usable structure. If you're doing range stuff, Focus Aim can be nice. The Empowered Strikes, this would stack with the Sundering Blades that we're doing, but the problem is, how often do we get 3 attacks off and then we only have a base 60% chance of stunning? We did this in Ripjaw's campaign, and it was nice a few times, but I don't know. I think this is a little bit of a noob trap. I want it to be good, and thus I want to take it, but I don't think it's good, unfortunately. Tome of Zeal, on the other hand, Legion of Zeal, extra spirit damage just goes in really nice with what we're doing. We can do Fanatical Workforce. That can be useful, although we already have tools, so less useful. Circle of Zealotry is fine. Condemnation's all right. And we have a summonable unit, which can be nice for replenishing numbers. Condemned is handy. Condemned does give -3 status resist, and some things proc off of them being condemned, but we're mainly taking this for Legion of Zeal.
The fervor of righteousness is a gift unto your subjects. When it courses through their veins, they become mightier, more valiant. They brush off their wounds and any pain, shielded by the holy knowledge that they are in the right. Those who reject your gift shall know condemnation, and it shall wither their very souls.
That it will. And hey, Varitnar. Hey, Babel, been watching your Astronaut streams for the past few days. Just wanted to say I enjoyed the content. Thanks for putting it out there. Well, you're very welcome, man. Glad you enjoyed those. I don't consider Astronauts to be done. Just the way my schedule's going to be because of awkwardness this week. I wanted to play a little Age of Wonders, and I want to start and finish them quickly. So when we finish this one, we'll probably go back and do a little more Astronauts. So I'm not done. Don't think that that's the case. So we will be going back to that. So glad you enjoyed. Glad you enjoyed. Joe says, being that they were experimenting, yeah, I agree, it's awkward. I actually have a mod that re-adds them. Cool. Okay, workshop. Excellent. Okay, again, if we're going to plop a third city, we really would like some money. We really would like some money. So training hall is probably high on my list. It's already boosted also, so we'll do that. For anyone who doesn't know, the boosting reduces the cost, both for production and the gold cost for the building. You do get it refunded if you get the boost while you're building it. So there is that, but you don't get it retroactive. So like if I built this and then I got it, I would not get the boost. So it is pretty worth it if you can really focus on that, especially if you're having money problems. All right, went up another level of renown. Acquiring new population takes 20% less food. Food is kind of the worst thing. It like gets, I don't think it's exponential, but the reward is linear, but the cost is increasing. I don't think it's exponential, but it's not linearly aligned. So it becomes more and more expensive, but you're still only getting a linear progression on stats. That being said, though, it is nice to get out there and get those special resources added. So I like food, even though it's kind of weak. Population. Yeah, this is what we would like. Population giving me gold, mana, and knowledge. Yes, please. All right, so 2 more infestations to go up a level and or clearing out a gold. We probably can't kill the dragon nest yet, unfortunately, as cool as that would be. So, yeah. All right, you're done. Negotiation succeeded. Bonded vassalage. Good, proceed. All right, 235. I do want to turn this on. And get the next Whispering Stone, so I probably will. We don't have anything that's going to shorten the speed. In fact, I don't even need to be that far. You just need to get to there of our outpost. So by the time our outpost is ready, we'll have the Imperium again. And we're only on turn 14. This feels late, but it's like in those Dominion games where we're on turn 14 and it's like, oh, I only have a castle built. It's like, well, actually, for turn 14, that's actually pretty good. What's not good is our research. Varitnar says, for the record, I'm on episode 8, I think. I found your Shadow Empire, but you play many of the same games I enjoy. I've been wondering if you had any experience with Dom 6 multiplayer. I did Dom 5 multiplayer. I have not done it in 6. I played a little bit of 4, a lot of 5, and a ton of 6, but mostly single player in 6. In fact, all single player in 6. In 5, I played through the group of people that was playing with me. We would do early, middle, late, early, middle. Like, we'd do a straight run through of each age. And we would generally try to play the same nation. So like if you were Ulm in the beginning, you'd play Ulm all 3 times or one of the successor nations. I want to say we played at least 10 rounds. So because we made it through a couple times. And then before that, I played a lot of just co-op against Computer Stomp where we were playing Disciple games. I don't remember how many, but quite a few with one of my friends. So I definitely do not consider myself a multiplayer expert. I have watched all of the Dominion's 5 content on YouTube, essentially. So I have it as tangential knowledge, but not firsthand for multiplayer. There are definitely some people in the community that know more than I do. If you have specific multiplayer questions, if you join the Discord and go to the Dominion's channel, people will be very happy to answer your question. If I can't. Have you ever tasted Inferno Hound, my warrior sage? Your heroine, Yinya the Viper, asks casually. You are wondering where this is going. It's said to be quite sweet and full of invigoration. Do you want to kill good boys? She feigns nonchalant, but you detect a quivering in her voice. She wets her lips. You raise your eyebrow. Is all the encouragement your heroine requires. Legends of this realm say the flesh of the Inferno Hound grants you strength and wisdom. My warrior sage, as your devout servant, prevent me to an Infernal Hound. Yeah, sure, we'll help. We know that that'll give me a skill point. All right, will take us a little bit before we can go do that fight, but that's very doable. All right, now it's probably worth making a stop here. It's only going to delay us by like 1 turn, but it's going to give us XP. Are you doable? You're totally doable. Oh, even better, even better. Let him go. Money, a crown. We'll take it. The reason I say better again, we have Devotees of Good, so we are getting a bunch of bonuses for being very good now. In addition, because we have the Oathsworn, we want to get to, well, we want to get to 120, but we're on our way to 70, which will give us more sea stability and more spirit damage. Boink. You know, people have asked for it. What do you guys think about them letting you have water cities? Like cities founded on the water. I think it'd be really cool. They have said that they're probably not going to add any more layers because it makes the game exponentially more demanding. We already have underground and umbral, but maybe an underwater layer, maybe a celestial realm. I'm just saying it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. All right, we can't make it, dang it, where I want to found. So 1 more turn. And then we'll start our outpost. Okay, you are probably ready to go auto. I'm going to encourage you to go do this first, then you're fine. Okay. Money's looking okay, but remember, I'm eating for 3 now, so we need more gold in the coffers. Hall of Devotion would give me some of that gold. Tavern... We're actually below, so we are actually heading to actually needing that. Normally you have to kind of rush this, but because of the bonus we're getting from Adherent, that's kind of floating us at the moment. The Wizard Tower would give us the Imperium income, and we are struggling on that. We have a lot of things unlocked we're not using. I also really need to get our library. Let's get the Imperium rolling. One thing I didn't do very well last stream, we didn't do like any item forging, and that was a mistake. We really should be. I'd like to get that, especially having a melee hero. Gear is everything. And this doesn't have a boost, so it's not going to get cheaper. When this gets a spot, I really need to remember to give it a forester so we can make the library. Okay, here. A forester would let me get shipyard and library. This would just give us some knowledge. Forester also would be storehouse. We have a spot that is just forester. Then, okay, hold on. But this would get us the material, which gives us 20. Yeah, I have to do this. We did that fight to clear it out. And, I mean, that's going to be huge, right? 20 research, plus researching a spell is 10% cheaper. Plus, I'm going to build the research post. Yeah. That's just too much. That is too stacked to not do. Okay, can we do Sundering Blades yet? And the answer is really no. I still don't have any mana income. That's a bit of a womp womp this time around. Yeah, I think it's because these guys are standing on it, so I don't think I'm getting this. Yeah, occupied. Could you just move, please, man? You're killing my mojo. Okay, and I do want to get the Whispering Stone. And you're size 6, you're size 5. You are probably more likely to be near where someone would influence. Well, you both are. You have, what is that? Archon Blood. There's Archon Blood over here, though, too. So that's so-so. You have Silver Tongue. I think we have Silver Tongue already. You would give me sight, but so would you. You're more likely to have other people near you. All right, you. Just another reminder, we are... Keepers of Knowledge. So when I give them Spirit Stones, in addition to the other things, when I get a new tome, they get 100 relations. We also gain 10 knowledge once we get their borders open. So we get a lot of bonuses for that. Hence why I'm willing to kind of pay a little premium, unlock that earlier. A Banshee, a Necromancer, and a Seal Bearer. I mean, the Seal Bearer is okay. This is what we would just build ourselves for 80. How much does a normal one cost? 100. You know what? Actually, I hardly ever do this. Yeah, I'll take him. And you can just go. Yeah. Okay, cool. Very rare that I actually use that. Where did you pop out? Oh, being recruited 1. Okay, it's coming. Your alignment has changed from good to very good. Excellent. We are good, monkey boys. Got our warrior sage leading the way. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Are you a giant? No, you're a champion. Druidic Tuskman. You're a demonic warlord. So we will not be friends. We will not be friends. Negative 800. You are chosen destroyers. We can't be friends. All right, well, goodbye. Okay, well, that is probably what our first war will be. Very important that we stop monkeying around and get this done, buddy. I think that's fine. 250? Yeah, that should be just fine. All right. Are you going to do dumb... Oh, I meant to auto that. Okay, it's fine. Like I said, I actually like the combat. That's why I get frustrated when you get to the point of the game where you have to do 18 on 18 stacks. Because I actually like fighting. Okay, in this case, are you guys large? You evolve, you're an elemental. No. So there's no inherent bonus for using my pikes. And you don't have any range, so I think I'm just gonna let you come to me. Pull back, turn, stay. Turn, stay, and turn. Yes. Oh, you want to choke point yourself? I mean, I won't stop you. Yeah, I definitely won't stop you. All right, you zoom up here. There. There. Bonk. All right, and use your defensive strike. Oh, you mean the whole seafloor layer? Thought you meant to say both of them, Shinosuke. City, like, just like floating cities would be cool, but I mean, why not have a underwater layer? You could do it. Maybe that would be a little lower hanging fruit than, no, it'd still probably have to be a full layer, so probably the same as Celestial Realm. I know they've said that they're kind of worried about performance. The more layers they add, you know, the more pathfinding has to happen. Okay, zip up here. And then you go there. And then you support them. I have to say, I wasn't very excited when we got double supporter, but this has actually been really handy for early game. It's made this incredibly safe. Inferno Hounds. Now you'd take an attack, but if I don't have you go first, I can't give you a free attack. So you are gonna have to eat one. Talk's giving you Conquest of Elysium vibes. I do know that Conquest of Elysium is big on that. I have not actually played Conquest of Elysium, so I'm avoiding the stuff because when we run out of Dominions content, we'll do some blind Conquest of Elysium, so maybe that'll be cool. Hey, Dim Bones Man. Even in Babel and chat, haven't caught up on Mothman, been traveling. I assume that playthrough's done? Yes, we did finish it yesterday. I was very happy with that. We spent 11 and a half hours, give or take, which is pretty good for me in my slow play. A niche of a niche try out. Yeah. Well, yeah, look forward to it. It is a blessing and a curse that I love such niche things. On one hand, a lot of times, like, there's nobody else making content on it, or very, very few people. But on the other hand, it's very hard for people to find something like that. So, ignoring of heroes. Yeah, I did see your comment, Dim Bones. I'm a little more warmed up this time. This is going much better than the escapades of Tomb Moth. We are playing a warrior sage, so he kind of knows what he's doing. All right, now doesn't really matter which one of you moves up. Go ahead and you can be the finisher, and then that makes you free to attack. All right, over here, I probably am going to heal, so let's go ahead. Take him out. And then you. Also, I really appreciate that this game gave us naval combat. Yeah, it's not my favorite part of the game, but at least they did it. So many games have needed naval combat, and developers just either don't want to, can't find a way to do it, or don't have the resources. So I appreciate that. Like, I was okay with Warhammer, Total Warhammer 3, giving us the island maps, or maybe that came in 2, which, no, it probably came in 2. But I thought that was a good compromise. Like, look, we can't do naval combat, but what if you both sail to an island and then you fight? Like, we have a gentleman's agreement. I was okay with that. That was good enough for me. At least that made some sense. Morale high and morale low. You love to see it. Let me throw this question out, because we seem to have a few people who play Age of Wonders. When you guys get to the point of the game where you have to take 18 on 18 fights, A, do you like it? And if you do like it, Do you manual or auto those? And if you manual them, do you have any suggestions? I'm just so leery about doing those. I don't even like them when I'm single playing, but on stream, like the finale of Illwinter was like an hour plus long, slow losing 18 on 18 fight. I didn't even find it that entertaining. And if I'm not enjoying myself, I can't imagine other people are having a wonderful time. All right, now you've already done your heal, so you can't help. Can you reach him? You can. Okay, let's make sure we're safe. I love the little like flare heal. That would be an attack. Let's spread the damage. Let's let him take the attack. You don't like it and you usually auto. Okay. That's kind of how I feel. I love this combat. I like this. I have fun. When it gets to 18 on 18, it's just too bloody unwieldy. It takes for freaking ever. And how often do I find like there's a unit in the corner that I've missed for the entire fight or something like that? All right, well, I meant to auto that fight, but it still went great. All right, we can take another fight. You're actually a little bit easier. And if we do this, we could bounce that way, so I will take you. Okay, I'm going to try the auto. We'll probably have to manual this one. We don't. Okay. I'm fluffing them here, but I also really, really appreciate that I can click auto, I can look at the results, and then I can say, nah, I could do better. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but how often in a game do you just really want to auto the fight? And you know, if you do, the AI is going to kill off like your elite unit at full life. Somehow that unit will die. All right, now you need woodcutter really badly. And you can only do a woodcutter, so we'll do that. It's a weird octopus city we're building right now. Okay, storehouse or shipyard. We're actually kind of okay on money. And that would get us some more territory, so let's get that. Okay, you take your move and flop your outpost. And then... Okay, where did that unit from the Rally of the Lieges go? Am I crazy? Okay, it's still being recruited? All right. I think we're going to send him home to get reinforcements so that I can come and fight other things. Now that we've got that started. All right, we started the Wizard Foundation. We need the tavern. We would really like the library. We have one turn until we can boost. We need to get a forester in order to boost the library. 4 turns is a long time. That is really slow. Some extra draft would be really helpful here too. Let's get the tavern. We're gonna have problems soon. Ruler leveled up. Okay. We could get the XP. I mean, that's just good. Lowering upkeep is also good. We could get generic stats. 1 fervor when you take damage, it adds up fast. And remember, we can turn fervor into temporary HP and damage. What we really want here is this one. We can get a condemn ability. It's not perfect, but it is a free action. And then Inner Grace. We gain grace if we don't have it. Defensive Master. Always end your turn in defensive mode. Very, very nice for heroes. And then we can get Smite. And Smite will let me turn Favor or Fervor into big hits of Spirit. So we're kind of going to go down this side of this tree. We could get Still a Stone. That is nice. That's a usable one, but I tend to have to move a lot, so not yet. So maybe we should grab an army boost again. Damage is great. We already took a survival skill here. Status resistance is really nice when you're getting like dominated in garbage. The crit ties in really well with what we want to do with our tier 3 unit, though. I think we're going to go offense. We're a paladin, not a cleric. Looking pretty BA here. Looking pretty BA. Okay, crown. I don't want the crown on you, but you know what? You could wear a crown. And actually, I don't love you with a range item. I need to get another one-hander. You can't take his sword? Interesting. New Empire skill. All right, we need to save 200 for our next city, so as much as I would love to get this right now, and that's probably our next pick, we can't get it yet. There's a bounty. You want me to capture a city that I'm making friends with, so no. Intern. More undead people. As a new contender for the power of the realm before me, tell me, warrior sage Kha Meh, are you a master or a pawn? You are also evil. That is unfortunate. That is and you're another sinister spy. I don't think I'm gonna spend money on you because we're never gonna be friends. So goodbye. War is in our future, gentlemen. War is in our future. You are neutral, so you might be able to be our friend. Can we do anything? How about a wizard's bond? For 100 gold? Sure. Yeah. Let's try not to have everyone attack me like this is Dominions. Outpost, that's perfectly fine, man. You be over there, I'll be over here. We'll be friends. It's gonna be cool. Monkey and dragon team up to conquer the world. Rally takes 2 turns before they spawn. Okay, thank you. I hardly ever use that mechanic. I mean, one thing that's great about this game, you obviously can play through and not use every mechanic, but I think it's much more fulfilling when you do. Last time around, we didn't forge items. We didn't use the rally. You know, we didn't really make use of the umbral areas. There's so much content here. All right, I'm pretty certain we can take this. This is a little spooky. Oh, and he got units out. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, no helping it. All right, can we auto you? I think the answer is yes. We have double heals, so I'm willing to take a little extra damage. Great sword and some money. Can I take 7 units? Most of them are ranged or skirmishers. Probably. We'll have zeal possibly. Okay, let's count on fighting this first. I need to let my units heal up a little bit if we're gonna do that hard of a fight. So let's just come down here, we'll grab this money. We'll swing up here and get that, and then hopefully we'll be healed enough for those. Oh, there were units here. Okay, well that's fine. Do I need to manual this? Nah. Ooh. Ooh la la. Tier 1 champion. Thank you very much. 10 HP and Brawler. Brawler gives us 10 more HP and an extra defense. And you... What do you get? Retaliation damage. 40% extra. That's kind of a cool looking little pike unit. I like the cuirass. Okay, this also is in my territory for some extra healing, so cha-ching on that too. Okay, you're heading home to get reinforcements. Does that mean you've also upgraded? That's gonna make me sad. Okay, and you are for that. And over here. Okay, so you have both tier 1 units. We're producing a support unit, and we have the mage. We will need 1 more unit. I will probably go with an honor blade for now. I don't like extras of these particularly, so we'll just get that queued up. I may actually purchase that just to get this unit out and clearing so we could get some more income. Okay, here. Okay, let's get the library. I'm feeling dumb. And we remember, we get bonuses when we unlock new tomes with our vassal people, so big uses there. Okay, you're ready to integrate something. Oh, I didn't even see that. There's hasteberries over here. I really needed a woodcutter forester. Now let's just do it. Yep, I've already got the 2 farms you needed. Friendship has been declared. Aww. Aww. Love you too, buddy. Declaration of friendship. Right back at you, big guy. We should be friends. You could be my mount. I'll ride you around. We'll conquer the realm from evil. I mean, yeah, he's kind of into shadow, but that's okay. I kind of have a little shadow myself. Gotta have a little edge to yourself, you know? You're healing. Done. Yeah, I feel so much more confident in this one than early game Tomb Moth. We wasted so much time faffing about, not being able to take fights and wandering up to a fight that we could not take before we even had our second city founded. That was big oofs. That was big oofs. All right, can you get by here? You have not spawned more things. Good. All right, and I don't need to pop you yet because I can't even get everyone together, so we're not going to pay for that yet. Legion of Zeal, start new research. We're down to 3 mana. Okay. This is good later, but frankly, right now I wouldn't use it. I don't have any archers or skirmishers yet. I don't think we're gonna get that. Let's just grab the cheapie. We got 22 turns. Right, she wants to go kill that Inferno puppy. We might do that. We could get a couple clears and we could turn around. That'd be all right. Okay, now. Can I take 7 units is the real question. I think I can. I mean, skirmishers can hurt. Spell-wise, what do I have? No, I want my combat spells. Okay, we can blast them if they're grouped up. Counter stance is also pretty good. The extra retaliation on our high-level pikemen are going to be good. I think we take the fight. All right. Says safe battle, but I cannot imagine they only have 250. That does not make sense to me. Yeah, 505. Thanks for lying, game. All right, can we auto you? No, I don't want to lose that. I will fight this. I'm pretty certain we can do this without a loss. Your rival ended up allying your friends before you did, so then your rival attacked me, your friends turned on you. Oh no. Dim Bones Man says, I loved using the Prenos Vine summons from one of the nature tones to hold up. Yeah, that was ridiculously powerful. All right, now... Yeah, there's not much I can really do here. We're just gonna have to eat a round of ranged attacks no matter what, basically. All right, you come in here, you go there, you go there. I don't think anyone does anything else. I mean, do they just straight up kill this guy? I can't imagine that they're able to do 88 damage. Those are skirmishers, though. I'm gonna chance it. I would prefer to take a little more damage before we use one of our heals. Nobody even attacked. Okay, in that case, we are definitely doing a counter stance. And I definitely need to make sure we hit him. Awkward. Do I sail here and then get it to him? Probably not. It's probably not worth it. Because I won't be able to make it to the fight. Alright, let's do this. That looked like I missed. I was going to be very upset. But that did land on the proper units. It went off on the ocean floor for some reason. Alright, you. Up here. Offensive hits. Hang on. Not yet, though. You. Go there. You. Go there. You. Little awkward, but we're going to make sure we base those archers just to cause them problems. Alright, you. Definitely make sure our hero has support. And you're going to be off on your own, so I'm going to give you the support. Okay. Then go ahead and bonk him. 36 damage is nothing to sniff at. Okay, now you've used up your retaliation. Okay, and a kill. Beautiful. Not a kill. Not beautiful. Okay, probably hit you, because you're gonna run away. Then again, you're gonna get melee attack. Yeah, you're gonna get melee attacks, and you're gonna get all of your melee attacks. RNG Jesus said no. Yeah, apparently. All right, now the question is, who do we give an extra attack to? You would be able to finish him off. You would be able to severely wound him. You're most likely to get targeted by things, though. So I think we're gonna give it to you. Yeah, just finish him. Finishing off units does give morale penalties to the enemy, so that can be really useful. We have that buff, so we went into defensive mode after our turn, and our hero still can take an action. We could do a heal, but he's so high. I think I would rather just try to get a casualty here and lower the incoming damage. Plus the shield wall is nice. Alright, I feel like that was about as good as we could have done. I mean, yeah, we didn't get the one kill, but it was okay. Okay, you ran backwards, so you're gonna get only 2 attacks. I'll take it. Spreading out the damage, I like it. Anti-good boy, huh? I'll remember that. I'll remember that. And then you're gonna back up. That makes sense. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. Get got. Yep. Okay, yeah, this went well. Lost morale because he grazed, and then with our stupid retaliation damage. Okay, so you're weakened. I think we're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have you go here and attack him. Yeah, you go there. You go there. I'm not quite going to be able to finish that off. Probably want to base you guys to cause you as much problems as I can. Okay. This is weird because they're all archers and mages, so I'm trying to like rewire my brain here when I'm thinking about who needs to go where. And I want that formation specifically because I want to heal and hit them. Yeah. And then you, again, support him, and let's clean off the weakness, hopefully. Weakness removes some status protection. Okay, we still have pinned, that's fine. Alright, we have 1 stack of fervor, that's not going to do much. Let's just do 3 attacks. now with, well, 2 attacks. Next turn, we could actually get something out of Fervor if we go that route. All right, let's do that. That's a flank. And that pretty much ends him. He's not going to be able to get out of there. And then it's either or, really. Yeah, just hit you. Beautiful. I love the little smiley face. They're so happy they crit. And I don't even think we need to spend mana. I don't know what you were telling me, Otto. This seems like we did pretty dang good on this. Yeah, a couple attacks, but it's fine. He's at full HP. Pirates. Deep Babel lore. Babel hates pirates because they take my money. My treasure galleons. Gotta protect the Babel coin. It doesn't really matter where you end up, so let's sail a little closer. We'll get the flank. Yeah, get out of here. All right, you can just end him. Oh, lucky with the crit. Okay, I was gonna say, are we gonna finish him or not? Can we do it twice? 2 crits? We can, but it doesn't quite finish him. Unfortunately for him, we got it. Yeah, that went really well. I'm glad I manually fought that. Yeah. Good boy is too good to die. Bolt Bone. Wind Shield. This unit has 30% harder to hit with range, physical, and magic, and Inspiring Killer. Big reward. Yep. I will definitely put that on. Put that on. And okay, we got what we needed to get out of here. Now we still have a dragon lair. I can't do that yet. I can just straight up tell you I know I can't do that. I think we hit landfall. That other guy's going to come this way, so I think we'll sweep that way. But I may as well clear this out on the way. All right, and you have moved as far as you can. You can just wait. Outpost is immediately going to upgrade. We have 100 left. Oh, I should have got this before we did the fights. We could have gotten some extra relation. All right, let's grab the knowledge extraction. I'm going to be very sad if we don't have that when we kill a hero at some point. Okay, produced a library and can annex. All right, for you, Tier 2 would be nice. Stonemason would be nice. Shipyard would be nice. Archon Institute would be nice. This gives money. It also allows more recruitment if I need it. Next thing I want to do is probably the stonemason, so we would want more food. On the other hand, a quarry will be needed, and that would speed up my current construction. Let's take the quarry. Okay, we leveled up here. All right, let's just get the crit. That was a good example of why crit's so darn good. Prey City can be integrated. All right, we're not going to do that at the moment because we're already building our 3rd city. I probably will just integrate this one. Then again, we do have room over here. I could just plant another city, and we do get a lot out of vassals, so maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just plan on one more city down here. We got lots of room. We're not really being contested. Okay, we made friends with him. A good diplomatic approach will assure victory. I hope that we may both profit from your relations. Me too, buddy. Remember, he's like a duplicitous, yeah, he's a deceptive spy, so he's not actually happy about that in the long run. We may not be so different after all. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Oh my gosh, how has it been 2.5 hours? God, time just melts when you're having fun in a game, man. I love it and I hate it at the same time. Okay, I probably will need to manually fight this. Ooh, even better. Even better. We will let them go. Ring of Concealment. Yes, whatever. That might be some binding essence for us in the near future. Alright, now we're gonna make landfall. We're not in a super hurry. I could clear this. I'll let the other hero clear this. This army definitely could do it, but I think I'd rather have this army near where the front probably will be. Also, treasure. Let's get the treasure. All right, and then I will take this out on the way. We'll do that up. Okay, over here. Yep, head to town. Head to town. I don't think there's really a reason you need to be like in the group this second, but sure, we'll just get you together. Wayfinder enchantment, done. Okay. Inspiring chant. I'm not running zeal, so that doesn't do anything. Man, I need some mana. This is ridiculous. I have 2 enchantments I've researched and I haven't been able to turn either one on. Condemnation is very good. When you have zeal, we do 10% extra damage against condemned units. This is a way I can just guaranteed condemned. Being able to summon in units is really good too, though. When you need it, you need it. The guy from Brazil. It's me. I love cats arriving late once again. Well, there you go. Welcome in. I think I'm going to take condemnation. This is very good, though. This is very good. In fact, all of these are really good at the moment. We need 2 more researches for our next tome, so doesn't really matter, I suppose. All right, we can't afford it. Vassals grant 10 extra gold. I mean, that's not bad for us. We would like that. City structures cost less. That's probably better. That probably is more gold than that in the long run. This is what I need because I need mana. Roads would be good. Guys, I think Imperium's a good resource. Rivalry was declared. Yeah, with the Chosen Destroyers, I bet. Alright, hopefully I'll notice when he comes attacks this city and I can come help them. Because, yeah, he is definitely going to be our nemesis. That's in turn. I do need to go refresh my tea here. So I think we will take that this turn as soon as I'm done with whatever this is. Seer Erudani Illusio sends you a bottle filled with unknown substance. Oh, warrior sage Kha Meh, we channeling brutes have blessed by your presence. In anticipation of our new pact, here's a small gift. In our culture, we share a drink when we forge a bond. She takes a sip and coughs heavily, waiting for you to return the gesture. Kha Meh loses 60 HP and we gain a bunch of allegiance, or we could decline. Sure. I'm not going to fight for a turn or 2. How are we doing? Yeah, it's fine. We got double healers. And I can't do the fight this turn anyways. All right, and then you are running this way. Ooh, ah, indeed. All right, and that'll be your first fight. We finished the tavern. We got the haste berries. Different haste berries than the ones by me. Yeah, different than the ones by me. Okay, what do we have? We don't need the bathhouse. Money and draft, library, storehouse. Level 1 wizard tower, which is boosted. 3 turns till a pop. Let's get the library. I'm feeling like we're behind in research at this point. Yeah, we have all kinds of things I cannot afford to run. Another ruler started negotiating. Good to know. Aren't you like, wait? Yeah, dude, you're so far behind me, you're never gonna catch up. That's kind of a moot point. Okay, let me, I could play forever, so let me go make my tea. So I'm gonna take a fiver here. What did you miss? Good start. We did a lot better than Tomb Moth if you watched Tomb Moth. So pretty good start on this one, I would say. Yeah, just really been enjoying it. I'm just really into Age of Wonders right now. And I think we have a pretty fun little build here. Maybe I'll show that as my AFK screen. So here we are the White Ones. This is kind of like a Kael'thasa themed nation. We are strong, hardy, we have bulwark, we are righteous Oathsworn, we are devotees of good, and we have keepers of knowledge. Okay, let me go ahead and throw on the fiver here, and I will be right back with some fresh tea. Get up, get a stretch, and get yourself a drink. Okay, back with more tea. All right, let's do this. There's a wedding at one of my neighbor's place, and I didn't really notice it with my headset on, but they are, the DJ is banging right now, so hopefully my low cut filter has basically made that so you guys don't hear that, because now that I've heard it, I can definitely hear it. It's all right. They're all right neighbors. I don't mind. Okay, okay, so you're missing one unit. I think we're gonna pay, yeah. Are you ready to move this turn? You're not. Okay, I'm not gonna pay for that. There'd be no point. We'll get the unit fresh next turn. None of that's reaching. Excellent. Yeah, I didn't notice it with my headset on, but once I took the headset off, I was like, oh, yeah, I can hear the bass. It wasn't those neighbors, but I had a different set of neighbors that there was a house that sold, and basically it went through like the succession of people like with too much money, and basically they just treated it like a party house. Like nobody lived there, but they would throw these like wild parties. Like for a while it was like every weekend, and people started calling in noise complaints because it went far past our ordinance time. For perspective, I have about 100 yards in every direction where it's just me on my own little island. And at least where I live, you're not supposed to be able to hear something 100 yards out. And that house was like another 100 yards away. And I could actually like hear the lyrics while I had a headset on. So they were ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was so happy. When they sold, the new people haven't been nearly as bad. And now the place is up for sale again. So here's hoping that we don't get an idiot. Good neighbors are hard to find. And when you can't really just move easily, like this isn't an apartment, yeah, sucks when you get bad neighbor, because, you know, that could be the rest of your life you're dealing with a person like that. Yeah, yeah. I gotta think about how I want to phrase this so I don't out myself. Where I live is not like a super rich area, but it's a place where people from other areas that are rich move to. So we have like this weird like nouvelle rich group that comes in and like spends way too much money on things. And yeah, it's whatever. It's their money. They don't normally bother me, but that was a little bit annoying. Like, dude, could you just turn it down? And part of it's just the way the house was built. It's like an amplifier pointed at my house. It's ridiculous. Okay, we're probably gonna have to manual this one, but I'll just see if we can auto it. That's actually fine. All right, we'll take it. All right, can I? I sure can. All right, now I'm gonna let this other hero, this is a very safe-ish area. They can go level up here some. So we're gonna head this way, a little less safe. I really wish we could take that out, but there's just no shot I can kill a prosperity dragon right now. Let's go to here so we're inside of our, and grab some gold on accident. I just, you know, it's just how I do. We'll get the extra healing for being in our territory. Okay, you have your units. You really would like to replace one of these fighters. As much as I love these guys, there's better out there, obviously. All right, and you're heading for that? Go get him, champ. Good luck. And I think we immediately just start for our next hero stack. So we'll start with the support unit. And we're ready to build. I think Hall of Devotion, money, and draft. This seems to be where I'm doing most of my drafting. I need 10 pop for this. We are ways out from that. Yeah, let's get that done. Okay, silence. We should probably rename these cities so we can remember the names. And we don't have a spare person. This guy's already used. So no person's leading it yet. I do want to start with the workshop. The workshop needs a farm. Produced a library at Mount of the Oath. Yep, sure did. Honor Blade, sure did. All right, let's rename these. I'm going to leave Mount of the Oath. I like that one. You are not going to be Pedestan. That's a questionable name. How about instead we are Bandar Log. There you go. And what are you gonna make next? Probably the shipyard or the tavern. The tavern needs a second farm. Our money is doing okay. We could grab this one. Are you iron ore? Yeah, you're iron ore. Iron ore gives us a lot of production, so money in production if we grab this. I think I'm gonna just get the farm. Let's get the farm, since that's what's gonna boost us. All right, I have and can spend. Clearing infestation. Man, I wish we had that before. Vassals give extra gold's great. 20% less to build. We want that. And that did give me the refund for this turn. So, ching. Envy's Thorn. Your hero, Yena the Viper, asks for an audience. Gazing at the floor, she pronounces, I see others achieving their ambitions while I wait to get mine. So what do you want to be? You want to be an elitist. Fight alongside the leader. I mean, that would happen, but much later. Prospector. Govern a city that has a gold income of 200. Clearly, this is much more doable. While your army leader, all our units have good stats. Yeah, sure. We'll change that. Okay, you're chillin'. What do you want to still show me? Yeah, okay, I see him. Done. Oh, I was gonna rename the other city too. A little old for parties every weekend. Well, they weren't, let me tell you. And like I said, I mean, this is fine. I don't mind this, but it was like all the freaking time, and it was till like 2 a.m. Absolutely ridiculous. You literally are out in the middle of nowhere in the country. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit at all. Nobody was interested in that. Always littering along the road too. I noticed the litter stopped when the party stopped. Just saying. Okay, and you are gonna be Lhasa. I think I misspelled that. I don't think there's an I in Lhasa. No, maybe there is. We're spelling it with an I. You can't stop me. Sure. Okay. You keep exploring. That's fine. All right, intern. Still have orders required. Okay, what's your problem? Sometimes they just like, I don't know, bug out weird. Yeah, go over here, man. If you're done, you're done. It's fine. Just leave. You're 16 and you don't have that energy? Well, there's better things to do, I think, with your time. Impossible battle. Oh, well, it's fine. One scout bites the dust. All right, which one are you under? All right, down here. Those guys may need to be cleared out. Those will probably be a problem at some point. All right, move to here. And we can do it. We'll see if we can auto it. I think I can do better than that. Ballet Funk, which is literally what you described, but it's way worse, like 50 times worse. Like I said, I mean, if it's a once in a while thing, and you know, this is specifically a wedding, so it's like not like this is gonna happen every weekend. It's totally fine. I don't even think I'm like being a curmudgeon about it. It's just that was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. Okay, we have werevens. Those we need to be a little leery of. Now let's encourage those to attack the pikes, I think. I definitely think you should attack those pikes. If I were you, I'd attack the pikes. I also need to get better equipment for you. All right, turn done. Yes. All right, I need to remember we don't have our double attack. You do know that if you leave units in the boundaries of those spawners, then they will get attacked by the patrolling groups, not on center. Vaguely? Do they just always trigger? I thought that they were usually asleep unless you got really close. Either way, he had no other way out of that cave, so that was what that was. All right, we did get the pikes in, so that's great. That's very great. Yeah, you go ahead and take a shot. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to bull shoot. No, you can do it. Not taking the retaliation damage. Okay, now we have a bit of a question of what we want to do. Our 2 fighter units, I think we engage. So we're gonna run up and bonk them. 32. 32 is really good damage for this point in the game, and going into defensive mode. All right, you can. Oh, I can seal anybody. I mean, yeah. This is so good. It's just an auto hit, and then this one specifically deals damage and inflicts seal of transference. The link lasts 3 turns. 30 damage. Just you take 30 damage. And the seal of transference. Enemies attacking this unit restore 5 HP on hit. So we have like a life steal on it essentially. And I think I let the hounds go. There's only one left. I think I would rather kill you and not let you get a full attack. So I think we're gonna run up here and we're gonna bonk you for at least 1 casualty. Yep. Is that worth a hit? No, I still have like no mana. We really need to fix this mana problem. I should be running my enchantments. We're making this work via our Oathbound damage bonus. But we could be so much more. We're not living up to our sage potential. Another casualty. Very nice. All right. Oh, also, I believe that this attack has a 100% chance to hit things that have the seal on them. So, again, very nice just to make sure we can get kills. There's no oopsies. That's XCOM, baby. He's dead, man. You can stop hitting him. You run there. You run there. Can't hit. So I may as well go close. All right, can we win this 50-50? Yeah. All right. Hit. I feel like we did better than the auto. Maybe we did about the same. I feel like that was better. We got a warg, a tier 2 fighter unit. As much as I would normally be like happy about that, frankly, our dudes with their abilities are just better. He is low maintenance, but 9 gold for a warg, meh. Not at this point. We got very lucky with those fire dogs. All right, you can keep healing, but let's get moving. Hello? Yeah, we're definitely killing that. Really? Alright, we'll see the auto, but I'm pretty sure I can fight that. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying 50-50 on that. That's a bunch of skeletons and all I do is like spirit damage? I don't think so. Okay, good. Condemnation's done. We need 1 research for the next tome. We're not going to use this. This is probably never going to get used, or we'd use that very late game. I'll take the quick research of Pro. Okay, we went up to the level 2 building here. You know what? Let's grab the Institute. Just get some research rolling. The sooner I get it, the better. We need some rainbow clover. Whispering Stone returned. Okay, so we maxed them out is what that means. So that means you're next. You will become friends. Please do not resist. Okay, even if I wanted to integrate them, it's 330, and I need to go buy another city, so we can't do that right now. Don't let me forget to buy this infestation thing if we go clear another infestation. Yep, leveling them up. Your actions are interfering with my play. Dude, I was here first. You can't complain about that. I literally was here first. You can't come in after I'm already friends with them and be like, actually, I was gonna do that. It's like too late, man. It's too late. You should have done that from the beginning. All right, good. Our scout did survive. Go. Am I American or British? I'm American. I watched a lot of British comedy when I was young, so I say bloody a lot, if that's what's making you wonder. Red Dwarf, Are You Being Served? Faulty Towers. Waiting for God. This night, the echoes of scholars and mages echo throughout the realm. All the starlight has been snuffed. No one comprehends what caused this event, yet your wizards and sorcerers inform you they sense a dampening of their magic powers. You know they speak true, you feel it too. All spellcasting and sources of magic are suppressed. Magic income is negative 30. Combat and world spells cost 50% more. Well, joke's on you, I have like no income. Can't reduce what I don't have. All right, we got some allegiance because we just opened up a new tome. So good timing on that other guy finishing. Okay, now here we want... Okay, we are probably going to take artificing for the extra crit chance, but we're not going to start with that. Nothing else here is actually useful. It's literally just that. I may change my mind on this guy. What we want to start with is not Beacon, not Inquisition, but the new Tome of Virtue. Tome of Virtue is one of the new ones from Archon Prophecy. We have Virtuous Spirit. Target race strength in the moments of weakness, giving them 2 spirit resistance. When you drop below 60% of maximum HP, you ignore 50% casualties, gain a defense and a resistance. Paladins, a tier 3 shield unit. One of the problems with the Oathsworn is we don't have a good shield unit. And this is a good tier 3 unit. So these plus our, I don't remember what their exact name is, but our samurai unit are a great combo. They really complement each other. These guys have okay damage, nothing to write home about, kind of weak side actually, but smite. Smite is kind of like that defensive strike we've been doing. We hit something really hard and we enter defense mode. Amazing. And we have lay on hands. Target friendly unit within 1 gets 30 temporary hit points and some status protection. Just a good, solid unit. House of Charity is interesting. Lose 10% gold, but gain double that amount in food and production. Probably worth it as long as our economy is not tanked. Heroic Stand. Target friendly unit has their negative effects removed. They gain Steadfast, which means you can't be brought below 1 HP. And we ignore penalty from casualties. A good last stand thing, I don't know how useful. Vigil is a really good support unit. The Radiant Bolts and Purifying Blast is ridiculous. Range 6 for 40 damage. Hit something, they lose all their positive effects. Units adjacent get 50% damage and lose 2 effects. That's insanely good. Insanely good. So we are definitely going Tome of Virtue.
Not in the darkest night. Not in the face of horror. Not even in their last breath should the virtuous yield. You are the last bastion against vileness. The last light in the abyss. An age may come when hope dies, when there are no more righteous people. But it is not this age, for you have not yet fallen.
That's a pretty powerful little speech there. I like that ending, but it's not this age for you have not yet fallen. I like these little blurbs. Have I done the Architects? Yes. We just did a playthrough. The previous 3 evening streams with Tomb Moth, and Tomb Moth led the Architects. We did an undead nature build that worked out pretty well. I have to say, I was very happy with how the build came together. I had a really hard start, but we got there. Okay, to that end, we are going to go Paladin immediately. That also means we need to get the building so we can actually recruit that. So our capital really would be interested in getting this. I need 10 pop for that though. So we're either gonna have to spend some Imperium or probably get some food. In fact, I think I'm even just gonna queue that up. All right, you. Okay, step aside and then you can heal before I send you off. We're going this way, but you know what? Let's just pit stop right here. It's so close and we can basically full heal. All right, you are good enough. A Banshee and 2 tier 1 units, we can take that. I can take them. Put me in, coach. We can integrate a spot. Okay, we need a quarry and a forester for the Arcane Institute. Let's get a quarry in. Something we've been missing. It's fine to go in this direction. You may need some room. Also, if I get a water spot, we'd open up some of the sea buildings. Let's get the sea buildings opened up. Again, that's another thing I love about this game. You don't have to found your city on the coast to be able to be coastal. I wish more games did that. Shadow Empires does that too. Kinda, sorta. Your treaty wizard bond has been ended. Yep. Yep. I knew he wasn't gonna be a forever friend. He started to go a little bit evil. Can we settle some grievances? Okay, we have a grievance. That's actually good. That makes it harder for them to start wars. Okay, nobody else has grievances. We're good monkeys. Yep. More vassalage. More vassalage. We get that big bonus because of Keepers of Knowledge. Unlocking a new tome gives you 100 relation. Unlocking a new research skill grants 10 allegiance. So yeah, we need to get our research pumping to get that pumping. Kind of a nice little combo. Okay, you're gonna heal. Right? Right. In turn. Yeah, we did kind of, it didn't start out as being Asphodel, but when I asked chat if we should go with the Goatmen, they're like, yeah, we should go with the Goatmen. So yeah, it was very Asphodel. Quite fun. I quite enjoyed it. Okay, I do want to go that way and clear, but I also want to get rid of you. I think I'd rather get rid of you first, because if I do, we'll level up to 3, and this would be a big bump for us. So we just take a really awkward couple turns and run through our territory. I don't need this. I'm not going to build a city up here. If that was Fortune Clover, I would, but it's not. Silverleaf or Silver Tongue or whatever. All right, yeah, let's just do an awkward turn. It's fine. All right, you're good to go. All right, well, you can just auto. I don't really care. We're past the point where I feel like micromanaging those. All right, again, I'll auto it, but we'll probably end up having to fight it. I can do better. I can just do better. I think I'm being underestimated here. We have so much spirit damage, I can't imagine we can't just manhandle these skeletons. Alright, I think we're gonna focus on just coming to this side. Turn that way. Done. I was saying this in Age of Wonders 4, never saw anyone do that combo. Nice. Do you know what win condition we're targeting? Probably going to be combat. I didn't want to do combat twice, but everyone's evil in this realm. We are champions of good. So A, we're just going to be at odds anyways. But we also are going to gain Imperium for killing units. So, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time, I suppose. That's all I can say. Okay, I don't love that, but we really don't have anything better to do. Sure. I really want to get you some melee gear. Yeah, that's not stellar. Okay, you. We could do a heal. I don't think we need the heal. I think I would rather just blap you. Although I really would prefer to blap you. All right, you go eat that attack. We'll use our defensive strike. Haha. All right, then you run up here. And I don't know which attack we're going to do with you yet. Ooh, indeed. All right, you. I want the seal on these guys. Why, yes, I would like to hit you for 40 spirit damage. Thank you for asking. All right, come support these. Slap them again really hard. That would give me some temp HP. I think you are the danger unit, so I will hit you. Oh, 10, because that's a single attack. Beautiful. All right, and you, I think, are going to defensive strike. I'm going to do it to you. I don't know if that's the right choice. Maybe not, because they got the auto attack first. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was right. You're also really grouped up nicely. You know what? You are grouped up real nice. I just can't say no to hitting undead with that much spirit damage. Alright, what are you gonna do? Attack my defensive unit, that's fine. Both of you, huh? Teaming up, huh? Like the cowards you are. Okay, that was a thing you could do. That's all I can say about that. That is a thing that you could choose to do. Guy from Brazil says, I wish other games where like Age of Wonders being able to retry and auto. Yes, I keep ranting and raving about that. I really, really like that. It just makes like the boring fights that you don't want to do, but you know if you don't do it, there'll be bad repercussions. I can just check it and I can say, yeah, I can do better, or no, I can't, or I'm kind of bored. I just don't feel like doing that fight. I really enjoy that. I really like that. Okay, get out of here. All right, I would like you to finish him off. So to do that, I need you to get out of the way. All right, and then you can go to here, 65. Okay, we'll just hit you instead. We'll take the high guaranteed hit. That also ups morale, which is kind of your thing. That protects me just in case we don't kill you. But we do. Okay. I feel like that was better than the AI. We definitely are a little bit higher. And I think we'll be able to take another fight. We should be able to take that fight. Okay, again, actually, hold on. Did you level? Okay, for you... Yeah, let's get the damage first. Hopefully we'll level again here and I can get the regen. Again, we'll try the auto. No, we'll definitely fight that. Yeah, that's okay, Varatnar, but I like this system more. And that's only been recently. Warhammer, or just Total War in general, used to have a much worse system. I can't tell you how many times, like, my full HP giant monster in the very back somehow during auto-resolve would die. It's like, how? I literally don't know how that could happen. I mean, Shogunate was probably the high water mark. I do enjoy some Warhammer. I feel like 2 was the high watermark there. 3 was such a fumble, absolute fumble. I do like some of it, but like the campaign, I don't know how they thought anyone was gonna like that campaign. All right, this is gonna be a little bit awkward, but I do want to pop everyone off right away. I want this on recharge, so we'll have it back. You know what? Sure. It's just auto hit damage. Enjoy. Enjoy. What are you gonna do? You're gonna run up and hit my hero, probably. No, you're not. Because these brave monkeys are gonna stand in your way. Right, you're gonna move here and turn that way. And you're gonna move here. Alright. Do we defensive master? No. Not enough of them are gonna get here. They have a third? They've had a third for quite a while. On release, it was really, really bad. Yeah, I've talked about CA's problems in the past. It seems like they're trying to fix the ship, but man, CA was very close / is very close to getting closed down. They screwed the pooch way too bad. They're lucky they didn't get shut down. Not totally their fault, but a chunk of it was their fault. Okay, you gone. I'm gonna blast you. 3 Kingdoms. Man, 3 Kingdoms, I was so disappointed with 3 Kingdoms. Literally, when I was in, I think, freshman year of high school-ish, what kid wasn't even my friend at the time. It was like a friend of a friend. We were at his place, and he showed me this game he was playing, and it was Shogun, the original one. And I was like, oh man, that's really cool. Man, they should do one of those in 3 Kingdoms. So, for a very long time, I wanted 3 Kingdoms so bad. And 3 Kingdoms, they couldn't decide if it should be Warhammer Total War or a actual history title. And they tried to have both, and just neither one really fully worked. Which makes me very, very, very sad, because I had been looking forward to that title for a very long time. Alright, I don't know how that AI thought I was going to lose a unit in this fight. I'm going to be frank. Wish there was a Total War 40k. I will guarantee you they are at least exploring that option. I guarantee it. Warhammer was printing money for them until the disaster that was Warhammer 3. And even then it was printing money before it really fell apart. And they basically lost all their other titles. They've lost like most of their dev team. Some of it wasn't their fault because it's Sega that owns them, right? They forced the Total War team, CA, you know, known for real-time strategy, turn-based strategy games, to make a looter shooter called Hyenas that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted that. And yep, lo and behold, it got closed down because literally no one was gonna buy a stupid looter shooter called Hyenas. So there you go. And it was really bad. It was like you play as influencers fighting corporations for money or something. It was so bad. I may be misremembering that a little bit, but I think I had brain damage when I heard what it was about. Let's just put it that way. Warhammer isn't 40k. Yeah, the Warhammer Total War games are all in the fantasy universe. There's Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k. 40k actually just had a re-release of the Dawn of War #1, a remaster. Looks really good. I may play that when it goes on sale. Looks really good. But yes, I totally agree. A good Warhammer 40k game in Total War would be nice. The only problem is they've never really done a full gunpowder, let's say, type fight. I mean, I guess Empire kind of, sorta, but the engine doesn't handle that well. Let's just put it that way. Because you really need to have like cover mechanics and whatnot. Like I guess Empire had, kind of, sorta. Okay, I do think we're gonna have to heal at some point. And did you level? You didn't. Also, apparently I have a ring. All right, junky ring, but a ring nonetheless. Sure. I hate fire boots. No, not putting the fire boots on. Great sword, nah, not really. Okay, I think we'll head towards this for clearing, and then that gets me closer to where I can actually heal. All right, we built a building. We built a building. Okay, Academy, but not boosted. Hall of Devotion boosted. Stonemason boosted. You're kind of cranky. Let's get the Stonemason first because that will speed it up, and then we'll get the Tavern. And I have tons of money, so I'll even queue that up. I feel like I should probably start some more units. Let's do it. We'll start with a Sworn Guard here. You're working on an Oath guy. Annex up first, so we need a farm here. It has to be that one, basically. A bounty. Okay, kind of far away from me. I don't want to create a bounty. You've taken your turn, go. I mean, if you get deep into the lore of Warhammer, at one point, Warhammer Fantasy was part of 40K universe. It was just like some random planet, basically. I think they've split that like 20 years ago, but at one point they were exactly the same thing. They were just literally stuck on a planet. Now, there was like a warp gate with the old ones, the Slan, and the warp gate blew up, and that's where all the warp stone came from. That's retconned a bajillion times, I'm sure. Okay, now you are at full, so we just really want to take out this brigand camp as fast as we can. Okay, and you... Oh, you need to do this fight. That should totally be doable. Let's do that. This is going to be a nice little power spike. I think we can do this. I'll try autoing it. We'll probably have to manual this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do better than that. Okay, so the birds are going to surround us. That's just what we need to realize. There's not one good Total War history title release, says Revolver Ocelot. Yeah, it's been a really long time. Three Kingdoms almost did it. It was almost there, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It was kind of a rock and a hard place though, because the Total Warhammer stuff was so popular at the time, and part of that was it felt so fresh because it had magic and other stuff. But I think they took the wrong lessons from it, unfortunately. All right, this is gonna be a little awkward, but I do want to get this heal off. Okay, and then I want this on the doggos, but stay safe in the back. All right, done. All right, please run up and engage me this turn so I can blap you. Perfect. All right, as long as that thing dies, nothing else over there is super dangerous. Those guys aren't great. They're tier 2s, but yeah. Attila? What year did Attila come out, though? If you design your game around big fantasy monsters, it's hard to make a good history game. Yep, that would be the case. Most game companies do take. Unfortunately, that just seems to be modern gaming. Yeah, I agree. Not everyone, though. I mean, Triumph, I'm very happy with this. I know some people complain about DLC for DLC's sake, but 2 DLCs a year, admittedly a little pricey at the moment, but good content. I don't feel like we had a buggy release. I don't think we've had a single bug. I've been very happy with this. This feels pretty good. Conversely, I was planning on doing a CK3 playthrough this summer on the channel, and all of a sudden, CK3 started hard freezing my entire computer. I had to do a full power cycle to get out of the freeze. just decided to. Other people have had the same problem. I switched to the Vulcan drivers and it seemed okay, but how many times do I want to lock up my system and damage it? You know, that's incredibly frustrating because I've never had that problem with CK3 in the past. So what did you break? You know, what did you break? Okay, are we gonna do damage or are we gonna put defensive master? And I think we do defensive master here. Extra retaliation damage, etc. Okay, you need to die. Let's support you. We have the same shot. Okay, you. I want the auto hit. Yeah. Yeah. All right, can you 50-50? It's fine. Okay, yep. And then we go into defensive mode because of our buff. Now that's the same for these guys, so I don't actually need to do our defensive thing that we've been, or shenanigans that we've been doing. At least not the same way. 90%. Tell you what, you do it. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be just fine here. The birds are probably gonna fly back and attack the mages in the back, but that's okay. All right, you do. Yeah, do your damage to him first. I will say another thing we played on the channel right now. The demo for Endless Legend 2 is up. If you haven't checked it out, I do say you should go do it. It's all right. I like this combat a lot more. This feels like good chunky combat. The Endless Legend combat, it's better than 1. I hated 1's combat, but this is way more polished, which isn't fair. The other one's not even in early access yet, but you know, you still have to compete in the market that exists. You know, you can always say like, this used to be a talking point for MMOs all the time. Well, it's not fair to compare it to World of Warcraft. It just came out. Yeah, but I could just go play World of Warcraft. This is back when it used to be good. Like, you can't say, like, the game will be good in 2 years. Well, I could play a good game now. Like, you have to compete in the market that exists. You can't compete in a market that you don't want to exist or you don't think is fair. Like, that's just not how it works. That's not how it works at all, actually. Okay, run here and finish off the birds. Yeah, I hated the combat in 1. I played a decent amount because I had some multiplayer friends who liked to do it, but I did not like that combat at all. 2 seems better. I didn't hate it. It definitely is early access and definitely will need some work. I really like weirdly enough, my favorite part about the beta, when you load up the demo, when you load up the demo, there's this like really nice personalized like welcome video from I think it's the producer. I might be wrong about who that was, but I actually really liked that. I thought that was a really nice touch. Just saying like, hey, we really care about this is what it felt like. Okay, if you move here, I get 2 attacks. So let's do that. We're in a little bit of danger on this unit. If we have to lose something, support is what I would want to lose, not one of my fighter units. But I'd prefer if we just didn't lose them. So. All right, who else has an action? You, but you can't do anything. So I need to move you. Okay, blast the birds. That's going to lower their damage when I move this unit. Again, this is why this combat feels so good. Like, I feel like I'm puzzle solving right now. Like, this feels really good. That's why I don't like the 18 on 18. I can't puzzle solve. I have to brute force that. Okay, you're still kind of in big danger. I think you're the worst of them. Oh, I have my... Ooh, hang on. Speaking of, you still have defensive strike. Okay, now you're going to be in a lot less danger. Okay. 2 extra attacks is probably too much. If I did this, we would finish him. Yeah. All right. That should make him safe. I just don't want to lose a unit if I don't have to. We are up to 262 mana also. All right. Do we take the hit? I don't think we do. I think we just defend. Excellent. Yeah, the kill got the morale down low enough so that they're now grazing. Perfect. Perfect. All right, blast them. Ditto. Okay. Yeah. Better than the AI did. Power made flesh. At last, the flesh of the Inferno Hound is mine. Yenna grins, baring her teeth voraciously. After gathering a broad selection of powders and tonics, your heroine ceremoniously proceeds to prepare the meat of the Inferno Hound in her quarters. A sordid smell permeates your abode. As your courtiers gather in protest, Yenna emerges triumphant, chewing on what looks to be a braised haunch of an Inferno Hound. She exudes newfound strength. I can already feel its power surging through my veins. I am become your weapon, warrior sage. Wield me. So she gains renown, and she got a rank. If we take a taste, Kha Meh gets a level up. We could give her Spirit Breaker aura. We're not really going for the morale build. We could just gain some gold. Her stack could level up. I think I'd rather have Kha Meh get a level. All right, and you are probably going to need to spend a turn healing up. We'll head towards this guy. Yeah, so we'll end up over here next turn to heal. Okay, Kha Meh, enjoy your level up. Okay, level 8. Signature skill, Adept of Order. Keeper's Mark, Incorruptible Spirit. What's Keeper's Mark? Steadfast and Pacified. That's not terrible. That's a get out of jail free card once. We do have another place to get that in her tree though, or his tree. So that's kind of whatever. Status resistance is good. Initiative order gives us Zealous and Shield. This would give us resistance, and we've already given our army defense. I think I like that. And we can take Keeper's Mark here if we want. Zealous would also be good. All right, we're going to take the Zealous. We're going to take the damage. We're not really having a problem with that at the moment. Yeah. And we have another skill point. Let's head down this way a little bit more, I think. Okay. Warrior's Fervor dispels a negative status effect, or gain 1 fervor whenever we take damage. Fervor when we take damage makes us very safe because we can heal 25 at 5 stacks. Okay, yep. You're just preparing for another hero. And what am I gonna make? Do I want a Steel Bearer? I guess so. We're not really doing a Battle Mage build, but I really like balanced armies, even if that's not really the right way to go. Okay, I think you are gonna go order. Yeah, we don't get our honor if we do flanking attacks, so I think the Shadow's just out. I'm not too sussed about getting high Shadow. We got the skill I really want. Everything else is gravy. Still as Stone actually is better on this character right now, and I like that plus defense, so I think we're just going to do the same thing here. And I might actually take that on this character. And then some extra healing would be nice. And you know what? We'll take the extra HP too. Make her units a little safer. Okay, we finally actually have some mana. Let's finally get something I should have had on like turn 5. Let's do Sundering Blades first. She also gained renown. She's up to level 2 already. Research posts gain 5 stability. And research posts give extra knowledge. So, very nice. All right, so she wants to govern a town with 200 gold and clear resource nodes. Can do. You're in charge of this. We're making 38. So we have a ways to go on that, unfortunately. Guildmistress Gia Hagler of Free City Stonewall bows deeply. All right, hello. You're in the south. Cool. I will make friends with you when I get a free stone. In turn. Let me catch up on chat there. I know people were chatting away on that. Enjoyed Planetfall for 800 hours. Yeah, the battles could be really long in that game. I find this combat a little more refined, personally. Anno? Yeah, Anno's all right. More of an RPG than Forest. It's kind of like a... I mean, it's a hybrid, obviously. It is less on, like, the... It's definitely not like a grand strategy. I would totally agree with that. Yeah, the Stellaris update's been really frustrating. Supposedly this week we're getting a patch that's going to solve a lot of it, but I think what happened was they had to release the patch for the DLC. They should have just delayed. They should have just delayed. We started a playthrough. I don't think we finished it. It was just too buggy. They changed so many mechanics and they just weren't working right. Do you think Age of Wonders will ever do a collab? Probably not. Not the type of game that really does collabs. Do monkeys do monkey noises when they walk? Yes, they do. Inferno Hounds don't have... they do. See, it's in there. It's in that char somewhere. Remember to pick the Imperium trait. Thank you. Yes. Why would they change it? I mean, you need to keep... If you're going to have a live service type game, you do need to keep updating it. The Stellaris that launched was horrible, and it's had ups and downs ever since. So, yeah, what a rocky existence. All right, pacification. Thank you for reminding me. Ooh, we also have career soldiers. Shock units, shield units, and polearm units gain experience 30% faster. I like that a lot, but you know what? We're going to take Diplo first. Because that extra stone means an extra friend. You're a size 10. We're already friends with you. Yeah. Extra friend. We get the research, we get the site. When we open borders, we get more research. Okay. And here we go. Where's your friend, eh? Oh. Okay. Where's your friend, eh? Not here, apparently. Otto. Your friend's up there. Excellent. Take reward. A helmet. Nice. We can put the helmet on the other hero. All of you move here. Cool. All right. We'll definitely go hunt you down quick, but that's excellent. And I believe that should have renown leveled us. Yes, it did. Each population grants a gold, a mana, and a knowledge. Beautiful. All right. You are heading for that infestation. And we'll get a turn of healing. Okay, we got food building. I really, really need this. Am I just going to commit to buying a pop? Money's actually okay. We could try to get the granary. I need a second forester. That's fine. 20 food is a lot. Let's go that route. We'll get that first. What else you want me to look at? Okay, yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, we got our workshop in. Next, probably the stonemason. We need a second farm. All right, second farm. This can only be a farm. This gets us better bonuses, though. So let's get that one first. This is in range of this spirit ball. Extra stability. Farms and foresters in this province get 10 extra food. Very nice. Bandar log can expand. All right. You're already covered with what you need to do, so let's grab something juicy. Probably a mine. Do you do things? Yes, you do. Knowledge and research? Yes. Yes, we will take that. Our next hero's ready. And look, I can afford him. This one's for you, Dimbones. All right, Trollkin, I don't love those. A recruiting governor's not terrible. A forward recruit location is a good thing to have. Lawbringer's fine. I mean, we'll have infestations to kill. He's a Spellblade. It'd be fine. Another Battle Saint, a Warrior, a Defender. I kind of like the Defenders because we have kind of a struggle bus getting melee troops, although we're going to have them here in a second. Spellblade, a Ritualist. So no Elementalist or Mage, right? No. Spellblade is close as we get. A Ritualist, but they're the wrong race. I think we're going to go Ritualist just to have a little bit of variety. Warlocks. I don't think we want Warlocks. We're not really doing status effects, and that's kind of their thing. Also, Undead Summoning, not really our thing. A Nautical Governor. We may need to shift our governors around a little bit. Or this one could go to that 4th city location I talked about. All right, I think you're in. You're in. Yep. No governor. All right, well, you can start by being governor here, even though you don't really do anything. Governor better than no governor. Okay, we already looked at that. Level 3 renown. We're very happy about that. Negotiations complete. Good, good. Remember, we get 10 gold, or no, we get knowledge from having open borders on these guys. We'll get the gold when we get the Empire skill. All right, let's run that. I think it's time for Stellaris to retire. They did a poll a while back asking people if they'd rather have Stellaris or Stellaris 2, and people definitely voted for Stellaris to continue. The problem is the problem that Paradox has created, which is a paradox. If you have Stellaris 2, would you buy it? Because you're going to lose all your DLC. Potentially hundreds of dollars of DLC will not work in the new one. That's what Vicky's had a problem with. That's what all Paradox, CK3's had the problem. You go from a feature-rich program to something that's bare bones. That was CK3 when it released. It was playable, it was okay, but man, you missed that one DLC that you liked, didn't you? You missed it a lot. They have a bad business model for that. They basically run live service strategy games. That's basically what they do now. They've kind of boxed themselves in on that. All right, we got the Paladins unlocked. Okay, I don't love any of these choices, but I also am not going to spend 40 to re-roll them. You might be useful at some point, but we'll have other summons soon. So I think we'll take this, even though I'm not planning on using it. All right, you are definitely going to take that out. I don't think we need to fight that. Yeah. All right, cool. And then you're going to come clear his area out the best we can. Okay, you have healed up. I can see the argument, Shinosuke. Changing base game mechanics. Some people do, it's like, that's not the game I bought. I bought a game that had planet tiles, and I put population on the tiles to work the buildings. And if that's what you really liked, then you lost it. Star lanes, yep. You used to have the 3 different drives you could pick, and they took all of them out, and you only had star lanes for a long time. And we've kind of got back to getting some of the other ones, but for a long time they weren't there. It's rough. It's rough. All right, can we auto you? I think I'm okay with that result. We're in our territory and can heal. A lightning sword. Now we're starting to talk. Can you put on the lightning sword? And a shield. Yeah. Okay, we got a better helmet for you. I mean, that's not great, but we could put that on. Ring of Concealment, sure. Done. All right, now you're starting to look like a Battle Saint. Let's fix you up, though. I don't like that helmet. No. That is not screaming, I am an honor samurai. That does. All right, Lady Yena. Now let's put some capitals in there. Lady Yena, let me solo. Little reference there for a few people. Accept. All right, looking good, Yena. All right, we want to go back to our territory to heal, but then we probably want to take that fight. We've pretty much cleared this all before. Yeah, we're going this way. Heal up. Steam does have, I don't know if Steam goes all the way back in versions, but it goes back pretty far. So that, I guess that's one of the reasons I'm less worried about that. I could always roll it back to a different version. So, is what it is on that. It was hard to balance the rate of expansion. That was the problem, but you did launch the game and you did promise there would be 3 types. To take a feature away, it's easier to give than to take when you're a developer, for sure. All right, so you're on the way. You have a support unit. You have a polearm unit. Nothing's coming out of there. All right, I'm not sure we need the fighter unit because I want to get my tier 3s. We're going to do a paladin and we're going to do, well, maybe I do want a fighter unit. We're going to do the paladin and we're going to do the samurai guy. Yeah, but not yet. Okay, here you needed 2 farms. We got 2 farms. Next, 3 farms for the hall. That's probably a little bridge too far. Palisades would be useful. Yeah, let's get a forest. Magic stuff. Arcanum ore. Excellent. Yeah, look at this. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We have Archeon blood. Yes, we do already. Okay. Astral dew. I would love that. All right, Sundering Blades. Look at that. Our turn like 5 enchantment finally out. only took us 27 turns. And let's also get Legions of Zeal right away. Okay, now you thought we were good before. Now we actually have combat magic or combat enchantments. Priesthood can be integrated. We're not going to do that. We like having vassals. Yep, they're mad. Everyone's just going to be mad at me. That's just going to be life. Unfortunately. Okay, but we're at almost 4 hours, and unfortunately, I do have to report for jury duty tomorrow. So I have no idea what tomorrow's going to look like, and I also have to get up early. Guilty. I have to get up early to get down there and do whatever it is I'm stuck doing. So unfortunately, I don't know what tomorrow's schedule is going to be like. Obviously, Wandering Sword is probably out. Unless I go there and they immediately release me, I won't make stream start time. And just depending on how long I'm there and, you know, how tired I am, whatever. I may or may not stream in the evening, so it's kind of up in the air. Again, I may have to keep calling all week, so I don't know what that's going to be. If you're not on Discord, the YouTube info has the link to join. I always do an everyone in the announcement channel before I go live, so you'll get that. You can always silence it, mute the channel if you don't want to get those, but that's a good way to know just in case YouTube doesn't tell you. So I'm not going to pre-schedule my streams for tomorrow because I just don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. Tuesday's usually the day I do my Dominions video. If I'm not on call for jury, I may do a Wandering Sword in the morning and I'll do my Dominions video in the evening. I really want to push to the end of Wandering Sword this week. I really want to finish that before I go back to my work schedule. So that's going to have the priority. Then we're going to do Age of Wonders. And when Age of Wonders finishes, we'll probably go back and we'll do some Ostronauts. So that's kind of what this week looks like. Next week, I go back to my full-time job, so I will not have AM streams, at least not during the week. And the evening streams will probably still be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but they can't start until 6 p.m. PST time. That's Western US coast. That's just when I can get home from work. I just physically can't get home any earlier than that. And we'll probably look at doing some weekend stuff and whatnot once I settle in a little bit. But more to come. I mean, we're not ending or anything. Just schedule will go back to my work schedule for the year. And more videos should be coming. I'll put a little more time into videos if I'm not streaming. So I've just enjoyed streaming so dang much, I couldn't say no. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Dominions is too good of a game. Dominions is a great game. Just tell them you're going to vote guilty and they'll release you. I don't think that's how that actually works. Hopefully I don't get picked. That's all I can say. So it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm going to tell YouTube that they can run an ad. If you want to hang around for a second and give me a penny, I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like the stream on the way out. All right, guys, good night. I hope to see you tomorrow, but we'll see how that plays out. Babble out.